got little rooms that we're setting in, so the three of us are jammed into a little room that probably would take about 5 or 6 of Billy Goldsmith's big old jackets.
Yeah.
As he's just checking in there, and so
You think
it's a
his
small
Hall
room.
of Fame trophy?
Hey, I
Hall
tell you
of
what,
Fame award?
congrats, Coach Goldsmith.
Hall of Fame.
We sure appreciate you, man. Congratulations on Hall of Fame from last week. As we got to sit up there with Boone, and he was telling us all about it. But so it's an interesting setup. They have a brand new field. This is their second year. They got to open it up last year. So it is interesting.
However, off of 65 North.
However,
65.
Directly behind us is an interstate.
Yeah, I mean, literally within a couple hundred yards.
I mean, so when you walk up through here, all you're hearing is cars. I mean, that are, they're driving like you do. I mean, they're flying up every day.
Last thing I'll say, they just played Party in the USA.
They did play Party.
That's a good sign, isn't it?
Let's go.
So, Coach Gresham, these last couple of weeks with Waka Flocka and Party in the USA,
the heart's full, buddy. The heart is full.
He's been loving it. But let's go ahead and go to the pregame comments of head coach Spencer Crutchfield, as he was able to sit down earlier today with Dr. Caleb Gresham and get his thoughts on tonight's matchup with the Cougars.
I'm here with head coach Spencer Crutchfield as we prepare for a big game here tonight at Bullitt Central. Coach, before we get into tonight's game, man, what a night for the team, the program, the community last night, or last week, as the Gold Lions open up the new athletic complex against Middlesboro and the Gold Line Bowl. Kind of talk to us about, kind of what that meant for you as a head coach.
Well, it's like you said, it's not only huge for the team and the school, but it's huge for the community. Everybody got to kind of celebrate the opening of the grand opening of the facility, and man, like you said, the energy that was there, and the energy the team came out with, and the support that was there, and the huge crowd that was there. It was all a culmination, just went really well, and we was able to seal it off with a win. So super excited for the kids, and I know they've talked about it all week, and we finally got to make it our home a little bit. So super excited for them, and there's more still to come. We're getting our weight room finished up, and so there's still a lot that needs to be done, but super excited for them and the community.
Yeah, and I tell you, one of the lasting memories, I think the two things that I'm going to walk away from, and I'll probably for the rest of my career, is number one, just the kids going out for the first time. And our superintendent, Dr. Kevin Stoll, he was standing beside me in the press box, and he said at that exact moment, it went from an adult thing to a student thing. And man, what a cool thing. The second thing is I think it might have been going into the fourth quarter when the Grove Street Party got playing and the lights started going. And I tell you, Coach, you could really feel the energy at that moment.
I mean, me and Kevin were talking about this last night. It's kind of like the first time we've seen the Gary County, like the swagger back in Gary County, and the excitement and the kind of the good cockiness.
Oh yeah.
And so it was something different than we've kind of seen since we've been back, and it's like it gives you coach chills to even think about it. And to top it all off, just like you said earlier, we get to see Grove Street Party and then Coach Hester fall.
Well, you brought it up. I didn't. You talking about a graceful fall, but in true Jeff Hester form, he bounced up. And it is interesting you mentioned swag, because we were swag surfing in the press box. Oh, there ain't no doubt. So Coach, kind of tonight, the Gold Lions travel up to Shepherdsville to kind of face Bullitt Central. Kind of talk to us a little bit about, from an offensive defensive perspective, kind of what our viewers can expect from Bullitt Central tonight.
Well, offensively, Bullitt Central, they're gonna spread the football. They've got a really solid little quarterback as a sophomore, and he extends plays with his feet and kind of puts you in some stressful situations because he's a really good little athlete, and he gets the ball out of his hand on time. They have a really good RPO, short, quick game that they can stress you with, and he has the ability to throw it down the field, and got some good, solid receivers. And then defensively, they put a lot of pressure on you. They're going to, and I've told you this earlier this week, they're going to blitz 80 to 85% of the time, and they're going to bring more than you can block. And if you don't have your eyes up and don't understand your assignment, they're going to create a lot of negative plays. And there's going to be negative plays tonight. We know that, but there's also, if we execute, you can create some big plays. So we got our hands full on both sides, but we just got to get out and execute.
In terms of health, kind of where we stand going into this game.
We're good. We've got a couple kids who have some sickness going on, and Malachi's going to be out for us this week. Just trying to get him back to healthy. And other than that, we should be good to go. So next man up, our kids know what to expect. So we expect to go out and win the football.
So, Coach, what are some keys for the Golden Lions pulling out a big win tonight here in Shepherdsville?
Well, I think the main thing is, we got to be fundamentally sound and be the most physical team on both sides of the ball. Just take care of the football. Don't give them short fields, and just make sure that we're playing Garrett County football for 48 minutes.
Good deal. Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. That is the pregame comments of head coach Spencer Crutchfield. We're going to go ahead and take our first break tonight here on the Golden Lions Sports Network. We come back, we're going to talk about the keys of the game for the Golden Lions as they take on the Bullitt Syndrome Cougars. When we come back, it'll be all Garrett County football here on Golden Lions Sports Network from the Countryside BP Studios.
If you're able, please stand.
Bob Allen is Danville's deal maker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Garrett County Athletics.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, tradition means just a little bit more. We know hard work and extra effort create a lasting impression. And while times may change, one thing never will: our commitment to you. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
Students.
Sutton Pharmacy.
This is Jay Smith with the Garrett County Health Department. Services offered at the Garrett County Health Department include restaurant inspections, septic system inspections, WIC, which is a supplemental food program for women and infants, immunizations for infants, children, and adults, hand services for expectant mothers, smoking cessation classes, and many other services. Come see us at 89 Farrah Drive in Lancaster or contact us at 792-2153.
At Lee's Famous Recipe in Lancaster, come and join the all-new spicy wingettes. Get 4 wingettes, one side, and a drink, just $5.99. How about a 2-piece strip meal? 2 strips of chicken, one side, and a drink, also just $5.99. And don't forget Lee's Inflation Buster. 12 pieces of original chicken, plus 3 large sides, and 6 biscuits, all for only $33. Lee's Famous Recipe in Lancaster for all your catering needs. Like them on Facebook or call 859-792-2240.
I'm Micah Wade with First Southern National Bank, and we are a proud supporter of Garrett County Athletics. As your loan officer, I'm excited for the chance to help serve the Lancaster community and help you reach your financial goals. Find out how First Southern National Bank can help you succeed by visiting us at the Lancaster branch on the Public Square or calling 859-792-2134. Visit fsmb.net to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 2444394.
Hello, this is Laura from the Garrett County Public Library. Did you know you can download free audiobooks, ebooks, movies, music, and magazines with your library card? Check out our website and click on the Downloadables tab for more information. Need help? Call us at 859-792-3424 or visit us on the square in Lancaster.
The Garrett County Extension Service is your source for agricultural, family and consumer science, and 4-H programs in Garrett County. The Extension Service offers programs such as soil and hay sampling, food preservation, cooking classes, and a multitude of 4-H clubs. Jay, Kayla, and Eric encourage you to stop by and check out what the Extension Service can do for you. We are located south of Lancaster on Highway 27. Good luck to the Garrett County High School team. Go Lions!
We are minutes away from tonight's kickoff. I can't tell you how many minutes because it would be a pure guess. We haven't seen a time yet since we've been up here, but we're going to run right to our Garrett County history in tonight's football action. Garrett County will look to make it 2 wins in a row in 2 weeks after toppling Middlesboro 23-20 in the debut of the new Garrett County Stadium. Garrett County and Bullitt Central have met 3 times previously. The Golden Lions hold a slim 2-1 advantage with the one loss coming last year and a 7-0 defensive struggle. Garrett County will make just their second ever trip to Bullitt Central. The first was an 8-0 victory here in 1971. In that game, Garrett County goal line scored only one touchdown with 6 seconds remaining on the clock. Garrett gained possession at midfield with 49 seconds on the clock from a pass from Bradley Graham to Marvin Renfro. Got the lines to the 10-yard line, and Graham scored on a quarterback keeper just 2 plays later from 9 yards out. Folks, as you can tell, when these two teams get together, points are a premium, as it has not been a very high-scoring affair when these two are together. But, Coach, let's talk just a second, about some keys to the game. I know you've had a chance to watch Bullitt Central on Huddle. You've had a chance to see a couple of their contests. Tell me what you think the keys to the game are for the Golden Lions tonight.
Well, Scott, one of the things, especially talking to Coach Crutchfield today, and I talked to him a couple times throughout the week, offensively, Bullitt Central, what they're going to do is they're going to spread you out, really try to get their athletes out in space. The quarterback, number 1, A.J. Lee, throws a really nice ball, has the opportunity to kind of scramble and kind of create some plays when the pass maybe one of those receivers isn't open. Been really impressed watching number 5, Kyler Crenshaw, make a lot of plays in terms of being a running back. Defensively, I coached football in the 90s. And one of the things, I guess in the mid-90s to early 2000s, and there was a coach named Mike Jackson a long time ago, and he kind of created this defensive scheme where it was just chaos. And honestly, when I watched Bullitt Central on Huddle, that's what this reminds me of.
Right.
So just for our viewers, when Garrett County's got the football, what Bullitt Central has done so far this year is they basically cover every offensive lineman with a defensive lineman, basically have 2 inside linebackers, and 85 to 90% of the time, those 2 linebackers blitz.
Wow.
And I asked Coach Crutchfield going into this week, I said, have you found any tendencies? And, he said, honestly, it's kind of hard to find because they just blitz almost every single play. So what that means is it's kind of like a feast or famine.
Right.
So I'm just telling you, folks, what you're going to see here tonight is when Bullitt Central gets in the backfield and they blitz, and if they're disruptive, they're going to create havoc for the Garrett County offensive line and the running backs and maybe make some tackles for loss. But what that also means is if you break that first set of defenders, you can have some big plays here tonight for the goal lines. Coach Crutchfield and his coaching staff has prepared our team as well as they could. I think coming off of a lot of momentum and energy from last week, I expect a really nice effort here tonight for the goal lines.
Garrett County will receive the opening kickoff as they will be traveling right to left on your radio dial. Your buddy Jeremy Bowles says we need to talk to Mammy's Kitchen to bring in some food for the tailgate. That's not what he said, but he was talking. I think he was trying to say
Mammy's Kitchen was on fire.
Mammy's Kitchen, it was awesome.
I do need to set something straight on the record. So about a week or so ago, we gave Jeremy, the conductor, a lot of credit for the tailgate bus.
Yeah.
And Jeremy deserves a lot of credit. But
however,
Tracy Ball, the wife, deserves a lot of credit too.
Yes, there you go.
So I'm setting the record straight.
There you go.
Tracy Ball for the dub, getting the tailgate bus ready.
Spit facts. That's all we do is spit facts around here. Sean Sinkhorn says, "Oh yeah, let's go GC." Jen Paynes is checking in tonight, says, let's go Garrett County. Helen Vickers checking in from Lancaster says, go Garrett County. Slade Schemes, the keeper extraordinaires. We'll be seeing Slade in. We'll see him. Yeah, Kimbe Mutombo. We'll see him Tuesday night when the boys and girls soccer will be playing Danville. We'll have both of them. Former Sheriff Ronnie Wardrop checks in tonight as he's always saying, let's go Garrett County. Jeremy Bull back in says he loves your keys to the game. He thinks they're phenomenal.
He sits on the edge of his seat and waits for the keys to the game. Scott, do you think they put their clock up for the game here?
I don't think so. I mean, I think we're just going to take it.
We haven't seen a clock since we got here.
I'll keep it if they want me to.
They have a giant sand kind of thing over there. They're going to flip a sand up and down. We're going to kind of watch it as it goes back and forth. But Karen Ross Barnes says, "Hi, Garrett County, let's go GC." Hey, Miss Barnes, tell my boy Donovan I said, "What's up?
Let's
What's
go
up?"
deep.
I'm telling you, I love going and watching those middle school Cougars as they got another win last night. The football team, the cheerleaders, but my man Donovan has more fun than anybody, and I love Donovan as he is the man here from the broadcasting tonight with you guys from the Countryside BP Studios. As Brittany checks in, says, let's go GC. So proud to be a Lions fan. As is Justin Pruitt says, let's go GC. Brian Wilmot, bring home the win, GC. I'm with you. Hey, Kim Hewlett. I said Kim Hewlett. Tim Davis checks in. Go to Phenomenal.
He is
rock
a rock star, baby.
I'm telling you, every week he sends me a word to say. And every week he always sends me phenomenal.
All right, we got a clock up, Scott.
We do have a clock, but we're good. We're good to go. Emma Yates, go GCHS. What's up? Emma Yates from Philly Way. And, Miss Barnes says she'll tell him. Absolutely.
I love it.
As Garrett County is set to receive the kickoff tonight, as it looks like already starting a little bit of unconventional, I guess you would call it, kickoff, as they are going to have a lot more on the near side than they are the far side. So we'll see what we got going on. But, talking about Coach Crutchfield and the way that they blitz, Coach, when you're playing basketball and you have a team that presses all the time, that's no problem to prepare for if they press how you expect them to press. But when they start coming from all angles, in kind of not the traditional fashion like Coach is talking about, it's really hard to prepare for. It's hard to prepare your guys. It's hard to get ready, especially for your offensive scheme.
Well, the offensive line is going to have to come off the ball, stay low, and really kind of keep the defensive line out of the backfield for the gold lines.
My dude Mike Grimes checking in tonight says, let's go GC, let's get the win, as the football is now in the air as it's football action here at Shepherdsville. That's going to go into the end zone. Nice kick that time by the Cougars, as Garrett County will take the field on their first set of downs tonight, as they're going to be without Malachi Simmons.
He's got a strong leg, Scott.
Yeah, he does have a good strong leg. As Malachi hopefully will be back next week. We got a couple of folks that are out with sickness. So as Coach said, it's kind of next man up and see what happens.
So, Coach Crutchfield's had to kind of adjust some things on the offensive line here today or this evening here, Scott. So, interesting to kind of see how the offensive line kind of is able to adjust here.
1st and 10, Garrett County takes over on their own 20-yard line. Justin Parsons under center. He's going to hand one off to Cam Peake going off the right side as he makes one person miss, two people miss, as he's going to gain about 5, possibly 6, as he gets hit just outside about the 26-yard line, has to get to the 30. So we'll call it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, good positive yardage there by Cam Peake, and I definitely think we're going to get I think Cam's going to get the ball fed to him quite a bit here tonight.
Elijah Jones says, good evening, Garrett County. Margaret Burton and Megan Kaufman both checks in, says, let's go GC, as let's get a W up here at Shepherdsville and run our record to 2-1. You heard it here first, folks. That is when we go home tonight, it's going to be a party. As Parsons under center is going to hand this one off, it looks like to Cooper Witt.
First down.
It's going to be a Bob Allen Motor Mall first down, as Cooper Witt just runs really hard. He gets his pads down low, finds him an opening.
And I was talking to Coach this week. Man, what an effort that Cooper Witt kind of put together for Garrett County last week. Kind of came in, kind of filled in really in the second half and just really performed. Him and Jagger Wood both had great outings there in the second half last week.
Bullitt Central doesn't look like they're going to overwhelm us with their size, Coach, as they look very similar to us. As a matter of fact, maybe a tad smaller. So it looks like it's going to be very comparable on the size of in the trenches for the Golden Lions. Parsons this time is going to hand it off to Witt to the right side, falling forward for 2. Bring up 2nd and 8. Then Napier says, let's go, GC.
Let's go.
Jason Turner, let's roar, Golden Lions. Absolutely. What about my man Daniel Ray checking in from Lancaster? He says, let's go, Garrett County. Garrett County now has it 2nd and 8. First possession of the night. Just around 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter on your Urban Group scoreboard.
Tell you what, the BP Countryside Studio has made their way to Shepherdsville here tonight.
They have. I tell you, and it is a small studio that we're setting in. But nevertheless, as this is going to be a handoff to Peake off the left side. He's got quite a bit of room out there. Nice blocking out there.
Go Lightning! Go Lightning!
Keep going, baby. As he's getting the 40, the 30. He may have been knocked out of bounds. He's staying inbound. Touchdown!
Let's go!
County.
Folks, we had some clouds running in.
I tell you what,
he did not step out.
He did not. Of course he didn't step out of bounds.
I thought he stepped out of bounds.
He was at the hash mark, baby.
Wow.
That is a touchdown, Garrett County. Terry Feldman says, way to go, Cam Peake.
Great, bro.
The Gold Lions just scored. You can score a job now at nescoresource.com.
Wow, what a run. As you could tell, he got a really good block by Newcomb out just on the
and Cooper Witt
corner.
did a really nice job there on the perimeter as well, Scott. Really nice job by that offensive line, Murphy and Vines, and Newcomb did a nice job. Cooper Witt did a nice job and kind of broke Peak, and, man, he took advantage of that and took it to the house.
Zach Daly in to attempt the extra point. 9:48 to go here in the first quarter on your Urban Group Studios. Garrett County already scored more points than they did last year. Progress. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is going to be good as he took it a 60-degree wedge that time and popped it over the end bar. Garrett County now leads the Bullitt Central Cougars here on the Golden Lion Sports Network 7-0. We'll be right back.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
At Lee's Famous Recipe in Lancaster, come enjoy the all-new spicy wingettes. Get 4 wingettes, one side, and a drink, just $5.99. How about a 2-piece strip meal? 2 strips of chicken, one side, and a drink, also just $5.99. And don't forget Lee's Inflation Buster. 12 pieces of original chicken, plus 3 large sides, and 6 biscuits, all for only $33. Lee's Famous Recipe in Lancaster for all your catering needs. Like them on Facebook or call 859-792-2240.
This is Laura from the Garrett County Public Library. We have a brand new bookmobile and we are ready for new bookmobile patrons. You can pick out books on the bookmobile or we can bring you a selection based on your preferences. Call us at 859-792-3424 or stop and visit us on the square in Lancaster.
Go Garrett County, as does Tammy and Mike Carpenter. Go Lions as Cam Lightning Peak takes one in from just over 60 yards.
Got me excited in there, Scott.
The first score of the night as Daly is going to set to put the football back into play as it's going to go out of bounds at about the 30. Y'all, honestly, Coach, there's a lot of wind up there right now.
Yeah, there is a lot of wind.
Blowing left to right, hurting Garrett County right now. But that could be a factor going forward.
Yeah, I mean, we as we were standing here right before the game time, a couple of gusts of wind really kind of came in and was able to kind of feel that, and I think that's definitely impacted the kickoffs and the extra points.
Sammy Marcy checks in, says, great run. That's some awesome blocking, and he's exactly right. Nancy Holland, what a way to start the game. Let's go, GC.
Love hearing from Nancy.
Kenny Johnson checks in, says, way to go, Garrett County. Let's get a big win.
Let's go.
Absolutely. So Elijah Jones says, Coach, he had just lost his grandmother last week. Prayers for you, Elijah, and your family, as she was a phenomenal lady. As I know you guys are hurting right now, but prayers for me from Golden Lion Nation. As Lee's going to take one off the left side, so he's going to have a first down and more. He's going to go out of bounds, but there's going to be a flag
it's going to be
at about the 50. That'll be holding.
Yeah, it's going to kind of bring this back, but Coach Hester is not happy at all. I think it's one of those things that they've kind of prepared these RPOs to kind of for a quarterback to fake it one way and kind of go the other. Quarterback's a really talented runner, Scott, and so I definitely think that was an area of emphasis this week.
White hat with the microphone tonight. That's always interesting. Head fisherman Ben Carter checks in and says, let's go, GC. My man from Dixie Dog BBQ. Rich Littrell says, let's go, Garrett County. Perry and Friend, all the way from Lancaster, Kentucky, says, let's go, Garrett County. And Whitaker Bank, one of our fantastic sponsors. Perry Ann works out at the branch there, across from Sutton's, another one of our fantastic sponsors. It's going to be first and about 2 for the Cougars as Lee is going to be dropped for a loss as he's going to be cleaned up after the loss of about 4.
Yeah, Mason Agee getting in the backfield, Scott, and being disruptive, making a big play there for the defense. It was a holding penalty. There was a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, which made it 2nd and 1, and didn't gain a yard. Well, I guess it was 1st and 1, and now it's 2nd and 1.
That was pretty fortunate spot.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with that spot.
I think he, probably a little fortunate, I'd say. And shotgun formation is going to be Lee. Lee looking out to the flat as he's going to have an open receiver for a first down right about midfield as that looks like it's going to be Tomes, I believe. Yeah, Nate Tomes. Nate Tomes got 10 receptions for 110 yards and 1 touchdown on the year. Dwayne Stipes says, let's go, Big G.
Let's go.
Whitney Floyd Ellis, let's go, Garrett County, as does Danny Rankin. Checks in and says, let's go, GC. A lot of folks checking in tonight, pulling in for the Golden Lions. We always love to see that. Lee in shotgun formation. Ball's going to be in Garrett County territory of the 49. Is this going to be handed off to Michael Anderson? Not to be confused with the king of the coal pile, Michael Anderson. It was. As Michael Anderson is going to push the pile out to almost the 40. We'll give him a gain of about 8. Michael Anderson, also the principal at Garrett County High School.
Looks good in pads.
He does look good in pads. As you know, I would expect nothing less from the king of the coal pile. As this is going to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Cougars. Lee, again, this time he's going to hand off to side bottom. As side bottom is going to slip sideways right to the first down mark. I think he's going to have it according to the far referee.
I think he's going to have it. Landon Lee doing a good job of getting in the backfield and kind of limiting a play there. And then Nate Doherty and Trent Nyson kind of cleaning him up.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Bullitt Central Cougars. Quinn Yates checks in, says, let's go, GC. I know my man Sam Yates is around there listening, too. I'm telling you, folks, I'm putting you on warning right now. When Sambo Yates gets up here in a couple years, we're going to start seeing some guys get pancaked, as my man is going to be ready to put on the Garrett County Cardinal and go. Looks like we're going to have a timeout. Bullitt Central, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep it right here just for a second, Coach. So again, you were talking about defensively, how they're rushing everybody. We did a nice job picking it up, but now defensively for us, I know you talked about a little bit of RPO action with the quarterback. He's a little, he's slippery.
He's elusive.
He's got a really nice little arm.
Yeah, I mean, he's a nice player. Coach Crutchfield talked about, and Coach Hester talked about him this week. And I tell you, Coach, the Bullitt Central's defensive line isn't incredibly big. This offensive line's nice size.
Sure, yeah.
So
right.
I definitely think they're wanting to kind of have some success, kind of trying to keep it between the tackles. Garrett County's defense is going to have to be disruptive, play on the other side of the football, and kind of put Bullitt Central behind the chains and put them in some obvious passing situations.
Bullitt Central has a lot of numbers on their football team, as they are a 5A school. Can't give you the exacts on enrollment, but to be a 5A school, you're one of the largest. As a matter of fact, 6A is all that's larger in the state of Kentucky. Lee with a fake handoff as he's going to keep this from trying to get on the outside. Garrett County does a nice job containing as he's going to bust through one, and he's going to throw one sidearm just down the field, trying to hit Anderson.
Yeah, you got to be disciplined, Scott. I mean, you got to be disciplined as you rush the quarterback, and you got to be disciplined kind of keeping with your receivers. Lee kind of reminded me a little bit of Patrick Mahomes right there, just kind of being elusive, kind of going back and forth.
Keeps his eyes down the field.
Keeping his eyes down the field, kind of buying him some time. And, man, unfortunately for Garrett County, kind of missed an open receiver that would have probably resulted in a touchdown for Bullitt Central.
So he does a nice job. Garrett did a nice job that time staying disciplined on the outside and just kind of containing. But then he's fast enough if you just give him a little bit of daylight that he can make you pay. Is this going to be 2nd and 10 as the hat is trying to get one of Garrett County guys off? I guess maybe wasn't supposed to.
I think there's an equipment. There's an equipment issue, I believe.
I'm not sure what we got going on here. Well, we got yanking at sleeves. We're looking at. I'm not sure. We got fashion police out there tonight as they're making sure that everybody has.
I'm not real crazy about some of these rules there, Scott. I bet you can't wear something on your hands, or does that really make a big difference in a game?
Well, it does to the near side officials. This is going to be a handoff to Anderson.
It's going to be offsides on
Bullitt Central.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about this. Garrett would like to kind of get Bullitt Central behind the chains, and now Bullitt Central is going to be looking at 2nd down and 15 on the Garrett County 44-yard line. Over group scoreboard has 6 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Garrett County 7, Bullitt Central 0.
Allison Prazer says, "Go Lions! Let's get a win tonight." Dwayne Stipes says, "Glad to see Coach Bowles' football vocabulary has improved over the years."
Is that phenomenal?
That's right. Big Dog had nowhere to go but up, my man. Had nowhere to go but up. I just learned what a quarterback was. Lee is going to take this handoff and give it to side bottom off the left side. It's going to be a flag out of the backfield from White Hat. Side bottom is going to go forward for about 3 yards possibly. Looking to see what White Hat has here.
Ethan Vine's on the tackle with Garrett County.
Face mask. Well,
It's a 5-yard penalty, face mask.
So 5 yards inadvertent, correct?
Yeah, inadvertent,
15
which
yards.
means he didn't tug. Yeah, he just kind of got his hand stuck in there.
So that is not an automatic first down, correct?
No, it's going to be third down. It's going to be third down and 5 for Bullitt Central on the Garrett County 36-yard line.
My man Aaron Ball checks in all the way from Texas, says, let's go, GC. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to hear from you as the Garrett County Golden Lions trying to get a big stop here as they score on their first possession, and the Cougars are driving as this is going to be side bottom off the left side. He's going to be hit another flag on the play.
I think this is going to be holding on Bullitt Central, Scott.
Lightning delays last week put us back about an hour and a half. Yellow flags made us about the same as this is number 7 on the night, or 6. It's going to be holding on Bullitt Central.
And Scott, I think it should be third down here. I mean, it was second down. They added 5 yards to the play. That was after the play, right?
I'm as lost as a ball in high weeds. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm as confused as they come. So I'm looking at the over on the far side. It says second down.
Yeah, I think the official here
and
said
about
second
14.
down as well.
So it's going to be second down as Lee is going to drop back in the pocket. Nice pocket presence. He's going to pull it down and try to run. As nice job by Jagger Wood. As Jagger's going to be able to get him about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. Be 3rd and 12 to 13 or so.
And I tell you, really nice job by the defensive secondary for Garrett County, kind of keeping with the receivers, not allowing the receivers to get loose at all. Appreciate our friends, like you mentioned, the Bob Allen Motor Mall first down. Appreciate Bob Allen and everything do to kind of support our broadcast here tonight.
The McWhorter family checking in tonight says, let's go, GC.
Go.
He says 560 to 750 males, grade 9 to 12, make up 5A. So there you go. And thank you, my friend, as I appreciate that. As Lee is going to take the snap, rolling out to the right, eyes down the field, as he's going to have some pressure from the outside. Garrett County bringing as much pressure as possible, but loose down the field is going to be number 33, Rylan Morris.
Yeah, I tell you, Scott, again, we've talked a lot about A.J. Lee, the quarterback from Bullitt Central. He's just really elusive. Garrett County's defenders are kind of having a hard time kind of feeling comfortable, kind of rushing the quarterback. Garrett's had a couple defenders right there, and they kind of stopped because they didn't know which way Lee was going to go. So he's doing a really nice job of buying himself some time and finding some open receivers. You can't guard those. The defensive secondary can't guard for 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds. It's nearly impossible.
He can extend the plays for sure, as he's going to take this one out of the belly of his tailback as Garrett County does a nice job defensively. Maybe a gain of 1 as he gets to the 20-yard line of the Garrett County Golden Lions to bring up 2nd and 9. Elijah Anderson said, let's make some plays on the defense, young men. So let's stand up here as Garrett County.
We even got a baby shark that's made the appearance.
Baby shark, do, as he's getting his picture taken. I tell you what, man.
I tell you, celebrities in the
You
house.
never know what you're going to see. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Cougars as Lee this time is going to throw one out quickly to Michael Anderson as Anderson's going to have a first down and more inside the 5.
He's
Continue
in,
to run
He's
as
in.
that's going to be a touchdown. As Anderson is going to get a flag for spiking the football, which is kind of weak. Throwing a flag, but
I tell you, Scott, just some early, kind of some early takeaways so far. The Garrett County defense is going to have to get physical with this Bullitt Central team. I mean, we've seen, these running backs are not just stopping, or the receivers are not stopping upon contact. Garrett is going to have to really, kind of play through that ball carrier and put him on the ground, and that's when they can kind of get up and kind of quit pursuing them. So this Bullitt Central offense come out and had a really impressive, 65-yard drive to put the ball in the end zone.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Bullitt Central after the play. Faye Morris says number 33, Bullitt Central, is Rylan Morris. Thank you, Miss Morris. As it looks here, they've got 2 32s here on their roster, so we appreciate that. Rylan Morris is 33. As Bullitt Central is trying to tack on the extra point. And sending out there for the kicker is going to be 37, Trip O'Brien, the 5'9" junior As nice job by Anderson to get the snap down, and extra point is good. With that, your Urban Group scoreboard reads 7-7 here on the Goal Line Sports Network from the Countryside BP studio.
Whether you're a professional mechanic, a do-it-yourselfer, or you just need a new headlight, battery, antifreeze, or oil, the place to go is Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store on Stamford Street in Lancaster. Quality replacement parts and accessories for all makes and models. George Jackson and the staff are always ready to help. Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store has the parts you need, and if you need a little advice, well, they have that too. Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store, 212 Stamford Street in Lancaster.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
Hi folks, Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC in Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
I wouldn't call it a big game.
Bless their hearts.
It's
just
a game.
A game. As this one is not going to be hit near as well as the last one, as this one's going to be fielded from the up back, as I can't tell exactly. Is that Newcomb? Hard to tell. No, that actually is not, as that is going to be Trey Grubbs, as Trey returns it into Bullitt Central territory.
You know, you mentioned this, Scott, but, you know, that penalty there for Bullitt Central really kind of gave the Garrett County the opportunity to make a play here. This week's Grace of the Game moment by Lancaster First Assembly. 1 Thessalonians 5:17, pray without ceasing. Life lesson is keep a conversation open with God all the time. He is listening. The prayers you don't pray will always go unanswered. Pastor Wendell Johnson of First Assembly invites you to join them in person or online.
Thank you, Brother Wendell and Lancaster First Assembly for this week's Grace in the Game. Garrett County now is all tied up with Bullitt Central Cougars here, with 3:56 to go on your Urban Group scoreboard, as Garrett County will have it 1st and 10 from the Cougars' 42-yard line. As Dana Hensley checks in, says, let's go Garrett County. As says Gerald Price. He says, good night for football, man. You're not kidding. Kathy Denham says, go Lions.
Let's go.
And Allison Prather says, let's go Lions, as
something going on right in front of us.
I mean, I just kind of was
They're
killing
resetting
time.
They're resetting the game clock.
Resetting the game clock. All right.
I think they've reset everything except the game clock.
I thought, I was like, are we on TV? I mean, are we like, we got a commercial?
A real TV timeout?
This is us. We are on TV
maybe
here.
a real TV timeout.
Yeah,
As
you kidding me here?
Baby Shark just deflated
That's
out
what
there.
it was.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But,
Hey, appreciate our friends at Hunt Insurance.
Absolutely.
And continuing to honor my friend Chuck Hunt being the player of the game. Hey, I tell you what, Cam Peak's already making an early effort being the Chuck Hunt player of the game with that long touchdown.
Speaking of Hunt Insurance, Miss Jennifer Hunt had a birthday last week. Happy birthday, Miss Jennifer. I would, but we're up in altitude up here. I'm having a hard time getting my voice in here. As Parsons is going to hand this one off, I think Cooper Witt. Not much cooking there off the left side, as we'll say there's no gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 line.
Yeah, that's definitely kind of what we've talked about in the pregame here. Bullitt Central really trying to get aggressive and get on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Garrett County tried to run a quick trap right there, and Bullitt Central did a good job getting in the backfield and kind of limiting that play to no gain. 2nd down and 10 with Garrett County on the 42-yard line of Bullitt Central.
Beverly Eltman checks in, says, go Golden Lions. Beverly, I'm sitting here looking at Johnny. He's in the booth right next to me, and he's either really locked in on the game or he's trying to solve some algebraic equation, because he's locked into the game. He's got his hands on his temples, so he's ready to roll. Parsons is going to pitch this one outside quickly to Peak. It's good blocking out there on the outside by Jagger Woods. It's going to be a Bob Allen Motor first down. As he's going to get down to about the 26-yard line before he's ran out of bounds by the Cougars.
hey, thank you, our friends at Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, our main man, Ron Howard. I think Ron's going to come on. I don't think he's going to come on next week, the next home game, but the next home game, he'll be on.
Let's go.
Got a timeout, Bullet Central.
Timeout, Bullet Central. We'll take one, too. Garrett County driving here, all tied up in your Urban Group scoreboard, 7-7. This is the Gold Line Sports Network from the Countryside BP Studios.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC in Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Hey Golden Line fans, this is Deonica Asbury, broker and owner of Cornerstone Realty and Auction. So if you're buying or selling a home in Garrett County, make Cornerstone Realty and Auction your teammates. Go on the offense by calling 859-329-8193 to score your free market analysis. Check out cornerstonerealtyandauction.com for a slam dunk.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Hi, this is Laura at the Garrett County Public Library. If you have children ages 0 to 5 who live in Garrett County, you can sign up for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library through the Garrett County Public Library. Visit our website at garrettlibrary.org for more information, or come visit us on the square in Lancaster.
Garrett County, Parsons going to have a single wide out to the left side. Is going to hand off to, that's going to be Cooper Witt as he follows the right side of that offensive line, as Garrett County was able to get into the second level.
And I tell you, Carson Schultz, Kyle Parker, Lee Landon doing some good work. Nate Doherty doing a lot of good work, kind of getting that defensive line being pushed back. End up gaining, 6 yards, 7 yards there on that first down?
No, I mean, that's a big chunk right off the bat. And Cooper just put his head down and ran right behind that big right side of the offensive line. So it'll be 2nd and 3, Garrett County from the Cougars' 21-yard line. It's all tied up here with 2:38 to go in the first quarter. As this is going to be a handoff to Peak, he's going to cut one back inside, going to have another Bob Allen Motor Mall first down. He's going to be about the 10-yard line.
Man, he stuck his nose in there and got an extra
he sure
2 or 3
did.
yards too, Scott.
As he kept the wheels churning was Cam Peak. That's going to say it's an 11-yard line. Garrett County having 1st and 10 from the Cougars 11.
And I love that because, Garrett County can still get a first down here, Scott. It's right outside that 10-yard line. So, Garrett County driving, got a lot of good things going on. Friends at Sutton Pharmacies. Appreciate everything that Michael Hall and Scott Graham do to kind of continue to support Main Street Media TV and the Gold Line Sports Network.
We're going to have to get with Scott and get some updates on his son. It's going to be down at LMU, as I love following our former Garrett County Gold Lions, as that is going to be a sack of Garrett County. Well, actually, not a sack because I handed it off, I guess, to Witt, but he was in the backfield before Parsons.
Yeah, and that's again, what we talked about pregame. I mean, this is what you're going to see here tonight, folks. You've seen a lot of good things going on with that offensive line early on in this game. That time you saw the Bullet Central kind of getting in the backfield and almost taking the handoff there. So, honestly, Garrett County's fortunate that you made only lost 4 downs or 4 yards on that play instead of having a turnover.
2nd and 14. Golden Lions, 2nd and 13. We'll say from the 14-yard line. Has to get to the 1, as that's going to give them 5 of those
Garrett's
yards.
going to get 5 yards back.
As that will be 5 free yards for the Golden Lions.
You think Derek Lynch has his lucky Garrett County shirt on tonight?
Oh, no doubt about it.
Hey, appreciate our friends at Amphil Office Equipment. Big-time sponsors for us.
Listen, he is as Garrett County as they come.
Goodness. All he talks about.
All he talks about, really. I mean, he'll text me 2 or 3 times a day with just a big Power G.
I love it, man.
He sends me the Power G and then usually a crying emoji.
I call him Big D. I wonder if he's thinking about changing his name to Big G.
I think so. 2nd and 8, Garrett County, all tied up on the Urban Group scoreboard. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Parsons is going to pitch this one quickly to Lightning on the outside.
Oh, my goodness, what a move.
Following the blocking of Jaggerwood. Touchdown, Garrett County.
A little shake and a shimmy for a touchdown.
Cam Peak gets to the pylon for his 2nd touchdown of the night.
The Gold Line's just scored. You can score a job now at nescoresource.com. My goodness.
Dwayne Stice's big boys doing a great job, no doubt about that. That was a great block outside by Jagger Wood. As for his second opportunity tonight is going to be Zach Daly. As Daly.
Cam Peak having himself a game so far here, folks.
Elijah Anderson says the one thing I love about Nate is he plays bigger than he seems on both sides of the ball. No doubt about that.
Physical specimen.
That is going to be Daly's 2 for 2 on the night, and Garrett County now leads with 55 seconds to go in the first quarter on your Urban Group scoreboard, 14-7. This is Golden Line Sports Network here from the Countryside BP Studios.
The Garrett County Extension Service is your source for agricultural, family and consumer science, and 4-H programs in Garrett County. The Extension Service offers programs such as soil and hay sampling, food preservation, cooking classes, and a multitude of 4-H clubs. Jay, Kayla, and Eric encourage you to stop by and check out what the Extension Service can do for you. We are located south of Lancaster on Highway 27. Good luck to the Garrett County High School team. Go Lions!
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Hey Golden Line fans, this is Deonica Asbury, broker and owner of Cornerstone Realty and Auction. So if you're buying or selling a home in Garrett County, make Cornerstone Realty and Auction your teammates. Go on the offense by calling 859-329-8193 to score your free market analysis. Check out cornerstonerealtyandauction.com for a slam dunk week.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Man, big Miley Cyrus fans is Bullet Central.
Talk to me now.
They have been wearing out the Cyrus songs. They have been all over it tonight as Garrett County Zach Daly set to kick off as he's going to put this one on the ground. Nice job as Bullet Central will cover the football at their own 31-yard line. Well, they will have it 1st and 10, trailing 14-7 with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see kind of the adjustments there that Coach Chester and the kind of defensive staff has kind of made to kind of let's have a little bit better result on this second drive here from Bullet Central for Garrett County.
The champ Troy Watts checks in, says, way to go Cam Peak and Jagger Wood, both ATC students in electricity and construction classes. I tell you what, man, he probably pulls those kids out of here and puts them in a three-point stance every day. Yeah, it works.
You think he taught Cam that move to get in the end zone?
I think I saw Troy diving today. They showing him how. Said, Cam, this is how you dive to the pylon. As Lee is going to throw it. Oh man,
did he get it?
No,
give it to us. Yes, so.
It's
an interception.
Interception.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't think there was any way. What a
Let's
great
look at
play.
I got to see that one.
That's a great
play.
I don't know if I missed it.
That is a good call. Watching this here.
Oh, what a great play. Huh?
Watching this here that is a great play. Trey Eisen.
Great play.
Eisen gets his hand on it, and then Trey Smith's able to come in.
Oh, my goodness.
What an unbelievable play.
Hey, let's punch this ball in the end zone here, and let's get up a little 2 scores here for Garrett County.
Mike Grimes was asking where Eisen's at. There he is, my friend, as he got his paw
I'm going to
on
tell you,
that
where he's at? He's always around the football.
He's always around the football. Cynthia Russell says, let's go, GC. Great job, Zach. Tim Davis says, thank you all to the sponsors that make this possible. And thank you, 3 bozos. You're exactly right. I wouldn't call Jeff a bozo, but the other 2, you probably got.
Oh, yeah. You Jeff is Wheel. Is that who he's talking
You're
about?
just saying that because I paid for dinner.
That's true. That's it. That's exactly right. Garrett County loses 5 on that play. As you're right, the Cougars, they kind of bring everybody from different angles that, kind of unorthodox.
It's all chaos on defense. It's just kind of like, maybe the 40 middle school kids that decided to sit down right here.
Oh, my goodness.
That's right.
What's going on?
What in the world is going on down here? We're going to have to call somebody's elementary principal here in a second as we've got a 4th grade riot right in front of us. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter as Garrett County leads on your Urban Group scoreboard 14-0 as they have the football when we come back here on the Golden Line Sports Network from the Countryside BP Studios.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC in Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
This is Jay Smith with the Garrett County Health Department. Services offered at the Garrett County Health Department include restaurant inspections, septic system inspections, WIC, which is a supplemental food program for women and infants, immunizations for infants, children, and adults, hand services for expectant mothers, smoking cessation classes, and many other services. Come see us at 89 Farrah Drive in Lancaster or contact us at 792-2153.
Second quarter, Garrett County leads on your Urban Group scoreboard, 14-7. Dan Level checks in. Hey, listen what Dirty D said. He's taking the players of the game and he's giving them a free haircut. How awesome is that?
Hey, I like that.
I was the player of the game last week, Dan. I think you just missed me. As this is going to be a pitch out to Cam Peak on the outside as he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage plus a couple. That'll bring up third down and about 8. But no, Dirty D, we sure appreciate that, brother.
I mean, how much he's always doing something.
I know. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks,
absolutely. And I remember when Coach Crutchfield and Dan and Zach Doan and Jacob Denny and Anthony, all those guys were seniors, and I was just starting my head coaching career, and man, couldn't ask for a better group to start with. They probably caused me more gray hairs than you ever want to say, but they were a lot of fun.
Yeah, Gary's going to have to hurry up or call a timeout here, Scott.
3 seconds on the play clock as Parsons down under center quickly. As he's going to get this play off, he's going to hand it to Cooper Witt as they are not going to get this play off.
Yeah, it's going to be offsides on Garrett County, and unfortunately, I think Garrett County had something going right there, Scott.
So that is going to be offsides. Garrett County, or a false start. It'll be third down now and about 14.
Kind of the first time you've seen Garrett County kind of in this third down and long here, Scott. Garrett's done such a good job in the first quarter, kind of staying ahead of the chains and kind of having chunk plays, kind of take advantage of some short down and distances.
Sharon Graham checks in, says, we are Garrett County. Chris Clark says he's here cheering on Garrett County.
Let's
huge. Hey, Chris Clark's a huge Kentucky Wildcat fan.
Man, that's what he said. Let's go, UK.
Loves the Wildcats. He spelled it incorrectly, but he meant on there, let's go, Kentucky.
That's a fumble.
That's going to be a fumble. He's down from the side judge. This is going to bring up 4th and 10. I mean, kind of a tough punting spot, right? Do you go for it here? I mean, it's a long yardage.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach gets them lined up and see if he can get Bullen Central to jump off sides, and if they don't, maybe call a timeout and kind of put the football. But who knows? Coach might have a nice. Did you give him a good play to call?
Well, I did. I mean, in his back pocket, I gave him 4 touchdown plays to use whenever. Normally, I'll tell him when he can use them, but he can use them whenever he'd like to. As Parsons underneath center. Hard count, not getting the Cougars to jump. So he's looking to the sideline.
Well, I'll tell you what I've kind of picked up, Scott, is they're not using the play clock. I think they're having some issues up here kind of keeping the clock.
So it's going to be a timeout, Garrett County. Let's keep it right here for a second because it looks like so Garrett County was – they were content that time to call a timeout and just to reset. So we'll see what they end up coming out and doing here
kind
after
of
the
putting the punt
timeout.
team on the field.
Randy and Stacy Childress McGuffrey checks in, says, let's go, GC. Michelle Gill, go Cam. India Harvey. What's up, India? Let's go, Garrett County. Troy Montgomery watching all the way from Jamaica, man.
He wins the long distance.
Jamaica, man.
Wow.
Whoa. Hey, Troy,
that's pretty
wherever
cool.
you're at right now, turn and say, go Lions in your best. And that was not a Jamaican voice, but as close as Jamaican voice as you can.
I hope he does it just like you do.
Just like me.
I hope he does.
Go
Don't do
Lions.
that, Troy. Don't do that, Troy.
You tell him what it's like out there. All right, folks, as it's going to be 4th and 10, Garrett County is going to have the punting unit on the field. As looks like Jagger Wood, Trenton Ison is going to be the up back. Garrett County
Kind of the direction the wind is blowing.
14-7. They are going in the direction of the wind, which makes it a lot easier to manage. I know you could see it in the kickoffs that it was really tough, as Wood is going to get off a really nice kick. It's going to hit about the 5-yard line. Takes a Garrett County. Was he able to get it?
Oh, my
man.
goodness, so close.
As that was AG was able to get his hands on it before it goes to the end zone, but wasn't able to get it back into play. Jessica Ritchie says, hello, Mr. Gresham. Go GC.
Let's go. Appreciate you listening here, Jessica. Hey, the Garrett County Clerk's Office wants to remind everyone you can vote early starting Thursday, October the 31st, Friday, November the 1st, and Saturday, November the 2nd, 2024. This election day is expected to be a busy one with national and local elections, creating a lot of interest, plus several amendments that need your attention. Check out the Garrett County Clerk's Office official website and Facebook page for all the details.
Andrea Barnes checks in saying, let's go, Garrett County. Get a big win tonight. 9:57 to go. You're in the second quarter. Garrett County leads 14-7 on your Urban Group scoreboard, as this is going to be a handoff to Anderson off the left side, as AG is going to stop him up there with Trenton Ison.
Yeah, AG did a really nice job there.
Nate Daughtery in there as well.
Yeah, kind of keeping the shoulder square, not giving any ground there, and kind of being able to kind of hit the running back there, kind of stand him up, and Ison had already kind of coming in and cleaning him up, kind of limiting a 2-yard gain there for Bullitt Central.
Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Cougars, as Lee, shotgun formation, as he's going to put Anderson in motion. He's going to keep it this time, trying to get out to the left side. Nice job defensively.
You know where Trenton Ison is? He's always around the football.
He's always around the ball. I mean,
oh, my goodness.
Discipline.
Yeah.
The kid has a nose for the football.
Hey, big time third down here. Third down
and 10.
Bullitt Central has the ball on their own 20-yard line. Urban Group scoreboard has 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. Garrett 14, Bullitt Central 7.
Lee, shotgun formation, 3-step drop, looking to throw. He's going to throw one out to the flat. As he's going to have a.
I think he's short,
I think he's short.
He's going to be short.
That's going to be to number 87, Nate Tomes.
He caught the ball and he kind of backed out of the backed out of the sideline there.
This is a huge play for the Cougars.
Yeah,
they're going to bring up their punting team.
Yeah, now Garrett's got to be, they got to have what we call that eye discipline, not jump off sides here. But yeah, Bullitt Central sending on the punt team.
And, well, Anderson and Lee are both looking at the sideline and waving their hands like, stay off the field. We want to stay on the field.
He's calling the timeout. He's going to call his third timeout.
We're going to see what happens here, as both of them are going to their head coach emphatically.
Yeah, I think they're putting the offense back on the field.
Thinking we want to go after this one, as this is going to be a big play. So it's going to be 4th and 1, but they are on their own 29-yard line. Has to get to the 30, maybe 31 and a half or 30 and a half yard line.
Yeah, they've put their offense back on the field. It's a 4th down and maybe 1.5 is maybe what I'd call it here.
So
Scott.
I mean, again, without stating the obvious, if they do not get this, Garrett County will have tremendous field position, already leading here in the second quarter, 14-7 on your Urban Group scoreboard.
Hey, appreciate our friends at First Southern National Bank, everything they do to be a sponsor here and allow tonight's broadcast to be a possibility.
Dwayne Stipe says
here we go,
Trenton
folks.
Ison is a ball hawk. You're exactly right.
Big time play here, folks.
As Lee is going to go up underneath center for the first time tonight, as he's going to turn quickly and give it. He's not there. He is not there. No, sir. Yes.
Big time stop by the Garrett County defense.
Garrett County's waiting to get a spot here.
Oh, he's short. I mean, he didn't get to the 30-yard line.
I don't think he got to the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
As waiting to see what the spot is. As I'm just seeing lots of mixed emotions there.
He's short. He's short. Get the offense on the field, folks. He didn't gain a yard. Garrett County football.
Garrett County football. Great stop. Yes. Wow, way to go. The interior defensive line by Garrett County. As sometimes you just need to punt it.
But
But
hey,
that
I'm glad
was
they didn't.
a huge
Hey, let's stick this ball in the end zone here. Let's go. Let's stick this ball in the end
says,
zone.
huge stand defense. Let's go, Garrett County. Sean Jennings says, let's go, Garrett County, as that is an unbelievable stop. Dana Hensley said, my two nephews playing for GC, JL and Zach. Go, Garrett County.
Go.
Garrett now leading 14-7. Has the ball on the Bullitt Central 30-yard line, giving it to Peak, as Peak is going to dance around the left side. Gains about 3, maybe 4. We'll say 3. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, kind of giving the ball to Peak there on kind of a buck sweep there, kind of blocking down, pulling the guard around there, and kind of having a nice little, maybe picked up 4 yards there.
Robbie East says, great stop defense. Tucker Vault, great stop, boys. Let's go, Garrett County. Ronnie Wardrop led to go.
Let's
Garrett
go.
County, huge stop. Whitney Ellis says, let's go. Man, if we can punch one in here, 8:10 to go here in the second quarter. Garrett County leads 14-7 on your Urban Group scoreboard. 2nd and 7 from the Cougars' 26-yard line, as this is going to be Cooper Witt off the west side. Cuts it back up the middle. That's actually Jagger Wood, isn't it? Is that Jagger? No, that is Witt.
Cooper.
That is Witt. That's going to be a Bob Allen Motor Mall first down.
Wow.
Be 1st and 10 from the Cougar 16.
Scott, you mentioned this earlier. What they do is kind of a little quick hitter with Cooper Witt. And, Cooper kind of gets those shoulders down, kind of gets those shoulders above his knees. And, man, he there's not a big target to hit him.
No, there's really not.
And, man, he just kind of bolts and picks up a nice little 10 or 11 yards there for Garrett County. Garrett County's got the ball now on the Bullitt Central, let's say the 16-yard line here. Second quarter, Urban Group scoreboard, 7 minutes and 30 seconds left here. Garrett 14, Bullitt Central 7.
Mitchell Marshall says, GC, baby, let's go. As it's going to be 1st and 10. Handoff this time to, that is Wood. As Wood is going to gain about 5. As he made a really nice sidestep there to
I think it was Keelan Hahn, Jake.
Was
Scott.
that Hahn?
I think it was Hahn. I think it was
Keelan
number 9.
Hahn?
Yeah, that was
Well,
number 9.
that was a great play by Keelan Hahn, freshman.
He just kind of stepped to the left
I'll
there.
tell you what, that kid,
really patient.
That kid, we haven't got to see a great deal of him. He's just a freshman. He's going to be an all-star.
We're pretty far up here again.
We are.
So the binoculars came through there, Scott.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Tina Henry says, way to go, Coop. As Parsons underneath center, 2nd and 6. As he's going to look to the sideline.
Bullitt Central look to be bringing pressure again.
Parsons, there's got to be a flag on the
it's going to
play.
be offsides on Garrett County.
It just looks a little confused,
Yeah.
as Garrett County. TJ Thorne checks in and says, go Garrett County, go Cam Peak. Your Georgetown family is proud of you.
he's
No
having a
doubt
game.
about it. Ashley Payne said, get it, Coop.
Let's
As,
go.
Garrett County, again, without the services tonight, their big man in the middle, we call him Thunder. Thunder will be back next week. Lightning's doing all right tonight, as Lightning is striking often so far. It's going to be 2nd and 11, Garrett County. Malachi will be back next week for the Golden Lions. This is going to be a handoff to Peak. It's going to bounce it outside. Just had one guy had his hand on him. Peak had some area to accelerate if he got away from the one guy, but could not. This will bring up 3rd and 11. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Garrett County leads 14-7.
Yeah, kind of a big play right here, Scott. Kind of 3rd down and 11 again. Garrett County, we've seen Zach Daly having a big leg.
Yeah.
I think if Garrett doesn't pick up a first down, I do think that's under consideration to kind of
and going downwind.
Yeah, and kind of kicking with the wind a little bit here. Hey, let's pick up a first down or a touchdown here, though.
Dodie Foley said, let's go, Cam, watching from Gatlinburg, Tennessee tonight. Cheering on the Lions, as this is going to be a fake handoff. It's going to throw one into the end zone, up for grabs. Lots of them go for the ball.
It's going to be an interception, Bullitt Central.
Oh, man. Looks like that is going to be an interception in the deep corner. As I could not, it just looked like there was 2 Garrett County offensive players and one.
I think that's why Coach Crutchfield's. He's telling one of the receivers you weren't supposed to, go in that direction because you brought 2 defenders there with you as well. So we saw Garrett County kind of have a big stop there on 4th down. Bullitt Central coming up with a big stop on that with that interception. Both teams now have 1 turnover apiece.
Cougars will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Trailing 14-7. 5:26 to go here in the second quarter. Lee, shotgun formation. Lee is 36 of 57 on the year for 351 yards in 2 games, as he's going to be flushed out of the pocket twice by Garrett County, as he's going to continue to stay on his feet and throw a strike, as that's going to be to Tomes, as that'll be a first down for the Cougars.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't defend that, Scott. I mean, if he's able to kind of be elusive back there and kind of get away from 2 or 3 Garrett County's defensive linemen, that secondary can't cover forever.
He does a really nice job.
That's a nice job.
Yeah,
He extends the play, keeps his eyes down the field. And as you say, you can only cover for so long.
Now there's under 5 minutes now. The Bullet Central don't have any timeouts left, Scott.
1st and 10 Cougars. They will get the ball to start the second half. He's trying to call a timeout. He doesn't have one.
He doesn't have any.
As that's going to be a fumble.
The ball's on the ground.
He's
going to
pick it up and throw it. He's going to intercept it.
Get you
Mason
one.
Agee.
Get in there,
Mason. Run over him.
Touchdown.
Yes, sir,
Let's
baby. Atta boy, Mason.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome to Garrett County, Mason Agee.
Look at what I found.
Look what I
boys.
found.
The
Holy
gold lines
moly.
just scored. You can score now at nescoresource.com. Oh, my goodness. I about lost my voice, folks.
I love it.
I got to keep some of this for the game tomorrow at UK.
Angie Fortune checks in, says, let's go GC.
Word.
Zach Gately on
I about
his
pulled my
3rd and
hamstring,
10.
folks. I jumped up so hard
That
and
was
fast.
awesome. Good snap, good holding,
Oh, my
good
goodness.
kick. Look at this
He might
one.
have kicked that back to Bardstown.
He sure did, as that is 3 for 3. Garrett County now with a 21-7 lead, 4:38 to go here in the second quarter. We come back. It'll be Garrett County Golden Lion defense on the field. This is Garrett County Golden Lion Sports Network from the Countryside BP studios.
Hello, I'm Rob Cottle of Farmers National Bank. Thank you to the teachers and coaches who help make our local schools and community strong. In the past 5 years, Farmers National Bank has donated more than $250,000 to local schools and education. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank, member FDIC.
Hello, this is Laura from the Garrett County Public Library. Did you know you can download free audiobooks, ebooks, movies, music, and magazines with your library card? Check out our website and click on the Downloadables tab for more information. Need help? Call us at 859-792-3424 or visit us on the square in Lancaster.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stewart Powell, and I would like to invite you in to see how we became the #1 growth dealer for Mazda in the Midwest and #6 in the entire nation. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. This is how car buying should be. No pressure, no gimmicks, no hidden fees, and no fast talk. So stop by and experience for yourself at 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stewartpowell.com.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC in Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
I'm Michael Wade with First Southern National Bank, and we are a proud supporter of Garrett County Athletics. As your loan officer, I'm excited for the chance to help serve the Lancaster community and help you reach your financial goals. Find out how First Southern National Bank can help you succeed by visiting us at the Lancaster branch on the public square or calling 859-792-2134. Visit fsmb.net to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 2444394.
Whether you're a professional mechanic, a do-it-yourselfer, or you just need a new headlight, battery, antifreeze, or oil, the place to go is Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store on Stamford Street in Lancaster. Quality replacement parts and accessories for all makes and models. George Jackson and the staff are always ready to help. Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store has the parts you need, and if you need a little advice, well, they have that too. Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store, 212 Stamford Street in Lancaster.
Go. That was a huge play by Mason. If I'm not mistaken, the Cooper Witt's down. He's up now. If I'm not mistaken, this is Mason's first time to play football.
Yeah, it's first time
organized
playing
football. And, man, are we glad he chose now to play.
Yeah, I think Cooper Witt kind of just fell on the shoulder there, Scott, and it kind of, jammed up a little bit. But I'm going to tell you something. That's
He's
a
tough.
tough young man right there. Kind of reminds me of you, Scott.
Very
when you were
similar.
in
Very
high
similar. There was
school.
one time I was going to the refrigerator and tripped and fell, and buddy, I got right back up, got my bologna.
You's a
and I was
gamer.
out. I was a gamer.
Did you fry it?
Listen, I didn't
Did
let
you
it
fry
hurt.
the bologna?
I did. Well,
Yeah.
no, I was going to fry it, but man, my shoulder was a little sore. But I had the bologna out of there, baby.
You ate it
and
right
I-
off the stick,
I was
didn't
ready
you?
to go.
You know what? You're a rock
Ready to
star
go.
for Tim Davis.
Yeah, Tim Davis would
Phenomenal
appreciate
rock
that.
star.
Tim Davis would appreciate that. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Cougars. Lee, shotgun formation, hands off this time
My
to side bottom.
goodness
Because
gracious.
he's going to be met with some authority, and his
Meet
name
Mr.
is Trenton
Ison. Good grief. What did he
Mercy.
do to Trenton?
Mercy Day. Trenton is, he just waylaid that poor young man. Justin Pruitt says, Garrett County came to play tonight. Let's get this win.
It's popping on the field right now.
Reese White says, let's go Garrett County, as 3rd and 7 for the Cougars. Lee looking over the Garrett County defense, being flushed out of there by Agee. Eyes still down the field as Agee this time is going to turn him back. He looks like me running after Easter eggs when I was out there when I was younger. As he's
Get him,
continuing
Nate
to
Darby.
go. Big Nate's going to take care of him. As that prize egg is going to be thrown down.
I'd be finding Nate Darty. Hey, Dr. Audrey Nichols has checked in.
Oh,
Says she
yeah.
loves your perseverance.
I
She said
don't-
that's one word for it.
Look, I don't quit when it comes to baloney. I'm making sure whatever it takes to get to the finish line.
I did talk to her. I mean, literally, as we were coming on the air, she said, please let everybody know I'm drinking out of my favorite Kentucky cup today.
She loves it,
tonight.
man.
Yeah, I've
Loves
got
the
me some.
Cats.
I've got me some chocolate milk in my favorite Kentucky cup. I've got my Kentucky shirt
That's
on,
right.
ready for the big game tomorrow against South Carolina.
gonna be-
Cats, 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 cats.
Cats.
4th down and 8 for the Cougars. Punting formation as Cam Peak, I believe, is back for the Golden Lions to receive. As this is going to be a nice,
You just kind of get out of the way.
nice
Scott.
punt.
Yeah.
As it's going to hit at about the 32-yard line. Has some nice backspin's going to stay right there as Garrett County will now take over, leading 21-7, 2:15 to go.
Hey, Dr. Nichols just chimed in again since
Yeah.
she loves that we spit nothing but truth facts.
Well, that's true.
She said if there's one thing I know about you guys,
we tell the truth.
we just tell the
I
truth.
mean, we tell the truth.
It's what my mama told me.
She checked in actually tonight because her favorite football player is playing. It's Michael Anderson.
Oh, yeah. That's
Michael
right.
Anderson.
That's probably, I guarantee that's why she chimed in.
That's right. That's right. Elijah Anderson says, gotta love seeing one of the big guys get him a
Oh,
touchdown.
my
No
goodness.
doubt about it.
I about lost my voice, guys.
That was
Wind
great.
and rain currently in Lancaster, says Karen
Uh-oh.
Barnes. I'm glad we're up here. Barbara McClone checks in, says,
Oh,
let's
let's
go,
go.
GC. Parsons this time is going to hand off to Peak, as Peak is going to follow the blocking on the right side, turn back, and not much there when he tries to turn it back inside. Loss of about 2, but good job by Cam, just being patient, trying to see if something. Cam is so quick that if all it takes is just a little bit of a crack, and he's able to take off and to fire down the field. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
Hey, you talked about Barbara McGlone checking in. How about Brandon McGlone joining the Main Street Media
Yes,
team?
absolutely. If you haven't had the chance,
Oh, my
make sure you
goodness.
check out.
He's out there checking out his new camera.
Yeah.
He is currently taking
Loves
pictures
it,
right
man.
now. He was at
Blessed
the middle
to have him.
school football game last night. He made his way over to the volleyball game, doing some great stuff for Main Street Media. We
Hey,
really, really
and it was
appreciate
his
that.
dinner suggestion tonight.
It was,
Yep.
and man, he knocked it out of the park. Peak this time off the left side. Gets back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
It'll be
so
3rd and 10.
So I think if you're Coach Crutchfield, you're fine just kind of running the clock out here, kind of going into halftime up. Well, it's 4th down here.
Third down.
Yeah.
3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, third
but
down. I'm
Cougars
sorry.
have no more timeouts. To be fair, the clock tonight has not been, or the scoreboard has not been 100% accurate.
I mean, the officials aren't using this time. I mean, the play clock is at 1 right as we speak, and the officials aren't paying attention to it.
No, you're exactly
They don't
right.
have the Garrett County the Garrett County crew up here. do
3rd
they?
and 10. Parsons hands off this time up the middle. As can't
That's
really
going to be
see.
halftime, folks.
And you're probably right. That'll probably be the last play, as that was Cooper Witt. Gain of about 3. Bring up 4th and 7. And I believe that's going to be it. As the officials come together, 20 seconds clock is running.
Yeah, it's going. Hey, good first half there.
Really good first half.
I saw a lot of chunk plays, a lot of explosive plays by the Gary County offense. Bullitt Central having a really successful drive on that first series, and then nothing else.
Absolutely.
After that.
Absolutely. Make sure, folks, here at halftime that you go ahead and chime in. Tell some folks, if they're not watching, to turn on Main Street Media as we are going to cheer on the Garrett County Golden Lions here in the second half. At halftime, it is Garrett County leading on your Urban Group scoreboard 21-7 over the Bullitt Central Cougars. We come back and be our halftime report here on the Golden Lions Sports Network and the BP Countryside Studios.
Bob Allen is Danville's deal maker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Garrett County Athletics.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, tradition means just a little bit more. We know hard work and extra effort create a lasting impression. And while times may change, one thing never will: our commitment to you. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stewart Powell, and I would like to invite you in to see how we became the #1 growth dealer for Mazda in the Midwest and #6 in the entire nation. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. This is how car buying should be. No pressure, no gimmicks, no hidden fees, and no fast talk. So stop by and experience for yourself at 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stewartpowell.com.
If you use electric appliances in the bathroom, garage, or outdoors, any place where moisture is present, you need a GFCI. The folks at your local electric cooperative want you to know that a GFCI, or ground fault circuit interrupter, will help you use those appliances safely by protecting you from electrical shocks. If you'd like to learn more about GFCIs, call your local electric cooperative. We're Kentucky's electric cooperative, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
This is Jay Smith with the Garrett County Health Department. Services offered at the Garrett County Health Department include restaurant inspections, septic system inspections, WIC, which is a supplemental food program for women and infants, immunizations for infants, children, and adults, hand services for expectant mothers, smoking cessation classes, and many other services. Come see us at 89 Farrah Drive in Lancaster or contact us at 792-2153.
At Lee's Famous Recipe in Lancaster, come and join the all-new spicy wingettes. Get 4 wingettes, one side, and a drink, just $5.99. How about a 2-piece strip meal? 2 strips of chicken, one side, and a drink, also just $5.99. And don't forget Lee's Inflation Buster. 12 pieces of original chicken, plus 3 large sides, and 6 biscuits, all for only $33. Lee's Famous Recipe in Lancaster for all your catering needs. Like them on Facebook or call 859-792-2240.
I'm Michael Wade with First Southern National Bank, and we are a proud supporter of Garrett County Athletics. As your loan officer, I'm excited for the chance to help serve the Lancaster community and help you reach your financial goals. Find out how First Southern National Bank can help you succeed by visiting us at the Lancaster branch on the public square or calling 859-792-2134. Visit fsmb.net to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 2444394.
Joined by Assistant Principal, Athletic Director Want to call add a few more names of that here, Coach?
Nah, I've got enough.
Mark Sinners has joined us here, and Mark, as we were kind of getting ready to kind of come on, Jeff, this is kind of the first time we've had the opportunity to kind of really have an extended time with you here as the athletic director, kind of taking the job kind of as a baptism under fire. I believe starting February the 1st.
Yeah, right along there.
And there was something called the 45th District Basketball Tournament.
Yeah, a little district basketball tournament to get ready for, and things went pretty well overall, except for the young man whose nose exploded on us, and we had to clean up some blood. But it wasn't too, all in all, things went very well, and definitely good. It was good training to get off on that start. I've texted Coach Hoskins a time or two just to remind him how impressed I am with him and all the time that he put in. So.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. And it's one of those things, Scott Boland's been athletic director at the high school. I was athletic director for 7.5 years. And, man, it is a and also assistant principal.
Right.
So it's not just the athletic director. So it's definitely a really tough job, Coach. We appreciate everything that you do. Kind of before we – there's a couple obvious things I want to talk about. Your thoughts on the first half. Definitely want to talk about facilities and kind of everything that's kind of come along with that. I thought we'd just take a little step back. This past Sunday we kind of had our soccer show. It really wasn't a preview show because the season has already started.
Right.
We kind of had our soccer show on, and the girls soccer picked up a big win this week against Lincoln County. Coach Deshawn's doing a great job. Season as of right now 5-3-1. Boys soccer under Coach Moss having a great season. One of the things I talked to Coach about when we had our soccer show is you're talking about grit and perseverance. He's had multiple players down with some injuries and some misfortunate events. Still having an 8-1-1 season. So great job with their boys soccer. Volleyball 4-4, picking up a big win last night against Lincoln County. Kind of talk to us a little bit about kind of what you've seen so far out of the fall sports here with girls soccer, boys soccer, and volleyball.
Well, and that the overall importance. We've got some kids out running cross country. Coach Marcy is doing a phenomenal job with the golf team, and they are improving daily. I mean, he just texts me all the time how excited he is.
He
about
loves to
seeing
coach.
the kids develop and seeing them take golf, seriously and improving. And then on top of that, both of our soccer teams are outstanding, very well coached. And like I said, each one kind of having to overcome their own adversity at a certain point in time and things. But, I think both of them very much in the hunt for the respective district. And come mid-October, fall break week, we're going to be hosting the boys soccer district soccer tournament on Tuesday and Thursday that week.
Goodness,
So
let's go.
So hopefully we'll get to show off the new facility a little bit with that.
Did you have any plans for fall break, Coach?
Well, let's just say that Deb's plans changed.
So doghouse is that normal?
Been there for a long time.
Poor Deb. Our spouses deserve a crown in heaven for dealing with what they have to deal with.
They're going to get them. Deb, after being a head coach's wife for almost 15 years,
right.
And now this. She thought it was going to be a break, but not so much.
So, Coach, one of the things that last week, I had a chance to sit down with Coach Crutchfield this morning, and we just started reminiscing a little bit about last week. Just what a special night. You're an individual that has been in Garrett County, 2 stints at Garrett County, had an unbelievable successful stint. Man, we're so happy and proud that you came back and kind of served in some different roles here now. But this is my 26th year in Garrett County. And one of the things, I might not have been born in Garrett County, but, man, I'm a Garrett County. And I always try to say I'm not a sentimental person. I might need to quit saying that. But I still get coach chills thinking about last Friday, just, talking about how special of a night opened up that new facility.
Well, it was. And just, getting to see the look on the kids' faces as they're walking into that place. And honestly, each and every day as we keep going and hopefully this week, again, is going to be a big week in terms of that. Hopefully we get a few more pieces, but maybe that big weight room starts getting completed. So just seeing them walk into that locker room, seeing them walk into the different facilities, getting to watch the soccer team get a win on their first home game at the new field the other night. All the different pieces. And I am a sentimental guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I appreciate you mentioning, our time here as head coach and our time to kind of watch over the football program. And Die House was a special place for me.
Special place.
I got my first win there. got, won our first playoff game. We were blessed to win that region there.
The only region in the history of the school.
Huge,
That's right.
just so much. And of course, Spencer and Shelby and Levi and those guys on that staff. And to see it, and Caleb, my son.
Oh, yeah. Closed it out.
Senior night, closing that thing out last year. It was. I got to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
That walk off that field was kind of tough, but knowing what was coming and seeing what was coming and just how amazing things are, there has never been. I've said this in emails. I've said this in things to our coaches. I'll say it to anybody who will listen. There's never been a better time to be involved in Garrett County sports. There's never been a better time, in my opinion, to be a part of Garrett County schools.
I agree.
And there's special things happening, and I really don't think I'm blowing smoke there. I think anybody who thinks he's just blowing smoke, come visit with us. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah, and I tell you, Mark, one of the things I want to expand on a couple of things. We heard it with an interview from Coach Crutchfield pregame. But if you didn't hear, two things I'll never forget for the rest of my life is, number one, I was standing beside Dr. Kevin Stoll, Superintendent of Garrett County Schools, when the kids first took the field, and Dr. Stoll said basically at that moment it went from the adults centered, getting everything ready, to now it's the kids' facility.
That's
and
right.
I still get coach chills thinking about how special of a statement that was. Definitely want to pause and, just so thankful, the leadership and the work. Folks, you have no idea the responsibility that Dr. Kevin Stoll carries and the unbelievable leadership that he personifies every single day. We're so blessed to have Dr. Stoll's leadership in our district.
Yes, sir.
And just knowing what it took to open up that facility in terms of the hard work. We talked about perseverance a while ago, that kind of perseverance, just special.
Well, and the things that he's had to push and the areas where he's had to stand and the areas where he's had to compromise and the areas where we've had to do those different things. Hey, and those construction workers, man, those people come in. There's been people working double shifts on the weekend, 7 days a week, all kinds of stuff that they've been doing. And it's fun because you kind of see them starting to be like, man, it's pretty cool. You see them, and you mentioned Dr. Stoll. I'm so glad that he has been at the spot that he's in to lead the schools into this spot. I think it's deservedly so. I think it's something that he was passionate about several years ago when I was here, and getting to see him see it through. Again, he would hate us talking like this. He would not like.
I might get in trouble.
Right. But the truth is, for him to be leading us through this, it's the exact right time. Our Board of Education being supportive, all the community folks that are being supportive to help us get there. Our kids benefit, and kids are going to benefit for the next 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah, Kevin's a mentor to me. He's put up with me for 17 and a half years at the end of this school year. And so so appreciate everything he's done. I couldn't be any happier for the district, the school, the community, and for him as well. So, and one of the things, Coach, that Dr. Stoll was really passionate about was when we opened up that facility, we're on it now.
Yeah.
And so, which resulted in boys soccer being able to kind of take the field and kind of have their first event. Had a big win against East Jessamine, 3-2. And then this upcoming week, we're hosting the boys, boys and girls against Danville, September
boys and
the
girls
10th.
doubleheader Tuesday night. We've got JV football on Monday night with volleyball. We've got volleyball going, boys and girls. Actually, boys and girls doubleheader only on Tuesday night, so that'd be a big enough night as it is. Wednesday night we'll breathe, and hopefully some folks get to church.
Right.
Thursday night we've got girls soccer and volleyball. Friday night we got home football against Somerset, and then next Saturday we've got two JV varsity girls soccer games. So girls soccer going to be on it 3 times next week.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's
now you putting a bed in your office, Coach?
We're rolling. I don't even know what that is, but a big week coming next week for sure. And again, getting the opportunity to have the kids on the facility, have the kids going and show it off.
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to also make sure everybody's aware of, when the high school kind of moved from the old facilities at the middle school kind of to the newer facilities, now the middle school has the facilities that the high school used to play on.
Right.
And who has better facilities now than Garrett Middle School?
Well, very, very few. And obviously, we're always in that continuous improvement mode, no doubt. But again, Die House, legendary, known for one of the best Bermuda surfaces in the state.
Yeah.
Level field is a phenomenal field. It's a little bit small, I know, for soccer, but it's a phenomenal field. And our baseball and softball fields are outstanding, all those different pieces. And we're appreciative to the middle school. We're appreciative to Dr. Nichols and Matt Brown and Denver for understanding with us that because this has been a process. You know, there were several times where we thought we were going to be in and we weren't, and we thought we were going to get to go and we
5
weren't.
minutes ago.
And we would go backwards and forwards, and I would find literally you'd find out.
Oh, yeah.
And even still, going forward, we've got folks that we still need to have that cooperation because soccer still has a chance to practice. They're still playing on some grass fields, and as long as we're not, interrupting a soccer game or something like that, they may still bounce out there. We've got baseball and softball that's going to be doing some fall workouts, things like that. So, that cooperation has been huge and just all a part of this because, again, it's not one part, it's not one person. It is the whole thing coming together. And believe me, nobody would be more excited about us getting everything out at 599 Industry Road than me and Mr. Anderson. But
it's a challenge,
but it is a step-by-step process. It's a growing process. And hey, talking about middle school sports, they've got some good things going on down there too. Coach Cook's got a good football team going down there.
5th and 6th, 7th and 8th.
5th, 6th, got all
Girls
kinds of stuff.
basketball's having a great season.
Girls basketball's coming, So many things are going well at the high school, going well at the middle school. Great groups coming. It's never been a better time to be a Garrett County.
Right. Let's go. Coach, what, kind of put the old football coach hat back on. Kind of what did you see here in the first half? Kind of had some difficulty getting here tonight.
Well, I got to see your all shot for the first quarter. It was really good.
So you had to put up with us in the first quarter. Huh?
Not too bad.
What do you think about Scott's expert analysis of football?
Always outstanding. Of course, Scott he was my holders.
He was your holders coach.
He was my holders coach. Placeholder coach for a long time.
Yeah, you always went for two, right?
Well, we put in the muddle huddle for a reason, and went for two. It could have had something to do with it. And it's those plays. I heard him say that he always gave Coach Crutchfield touchdown plays.
Oh, he does.
And
4 or 5 plays a year.
Usually tells him when to call those to keep the suspense in the game.
As a signal.
Right.
Wow.
But tonight he gave him free reign. He said he could use them anytime he wanted. So
nice
I thought
I
was jealous. I never got that.
Yeah.
So, but no. Cam's run early in the game, breaking that run was great. Their running back, Principal Michael Anderson, that guy can play.
I didn't know he can move like that.
No, you ought to see him break up a fight. The Q, their Q's tough. They've got athletes. They've been running a little bit of that read option and hurt us a little bit. Anderson's had a couple of good runs, but overall, I think we've done a really good job of containing them because they've got some offensive firepower.
They do.
I feel like we've done a good job of containing them. I don't know that Coach Hester would agree with my assessment, but again, they've got 7 on the board. We've got 21.
That's right.
And we could easily be up 28.
We could.
Or 27. Right. So. I felt like, we've done a decent job of perimeter blocking. We've done a decent job up front. We got out in space and made some plays, getting some good production out of Cooper, getting some good production out of Jag and Cam Peak, and Justin's been steady. So, old offensive line coach, keep working offensive line.
And, it's hard to kind of go to a passing game against a defense like this.
Yes.
Because, we talked about their basically premise on defense is to cause chaos and be chaotic. They kind of have every lineman covered, and then they just blitz from all angles, almost any play. So it's almost hard to drop back and throw a pass because, you don't have much time to throw the football.
Well, and if, they're kind of playing a little bit of an umbrella coverage, with that coming. And, it's high risk, high reward. You may get in that situation and be able to take a shot and make something happen, but if something doesn't go exactly right, they can get you.
That's right.
And so, as well as we're running the football, as good as we're playing, just continue to play within ourselves, continue to chunk the ball down the field, and good things should happen. It's so far so good anyway.
Last question. We know how much Caleb loves to fish. Is he out fishing tonight, Coach?
He is he's volunteering at Madison Southern. Just got a little, charting plays and just doing anything he can to kind of help some of the coaches out. Some of my former assistants are over there.
That's cool. Yeah.
So he, he's at Eastern doing a great job with that, and just so excited about the prospect of maybe going into coaching himself.
Oh, that's great.
He's got the pedigree.
Getting to do some things.
Yes, sir.
And awful proud of him and Cannon and Carly, of course, too. She's my little 12-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
The daughter who is running the household.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
how that
I know
is.
how. Trust me, I know how that works.
Yeah, so he's doing good, man. He's he texted me the other night, excited about the facilities and was talking about that, and he just, like a lot of our kids, of course, the year that we spent at Estill, we closed out the old stadium, and the next class opened up the new one, and then he did the same thing last year. He closed out the house and opened up this
pretty
one.
cool.
So he's been right on the cusp of getting to see two new ones, but no, it's awesome.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us. Make sure you tell Deb we appreciate her sharing us with you here. All the work and dedication that you do to kind of pour into the athletic program, it's definitely appreciated. Everything you do from the school level, appreciated as well. So
thanks, Coach.
Hey, let's finish 24 more minutes here, and let's go home Lancaster with a big win.
Appreciate you and Jeff and wherever that bowling guy's at.
I think there's some food back here. I think that's what it's doing. Folks, with that, we're going to take a break, and we'll get you back with second half action here on the Gold Line Sports Network.
Hello, this is Laura from the Garrett County Public Library. Did you know you can download free audiobooks, ebooks, movies, music, and magazines with your library card? Check out our website and click on the Downloadables tab for more information. Need help? Call us at 859-792-3424 or visit us on the square in Lancaster.
The Garrett County Extension Service is your source for agricultural, family and consumer science, and 4-H programs in Garrett County. The Extension Service offers programs such as soil and hay sampling, food preservation, cooking classes, and a multitude of 4-H clubs. Jay, Kayla, and Eric encourage you to stop by and check out what the Extension Service can do for you. We are located south of Lancaster on Highway 27. Good luck to the Garrett County High School team. Go Lions!
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
At Lee's Famous Recipe in Lancaster, come and join the all-new spicy wingettes. Get 4 wingettes, one side, and a drink, just $5.99. How about a 2-piece strip meal? 2 strips of chicken, one side, and a drink, also just $5.99. And don't forget Lee's Inflation Buster. 12 pieces of original chicken, plus 3 large sides, and 6 biscuits, all for only $33. Lee's Famous Recipe in Lancaster for all your catering needs. Like them on Facebook or call 859-792-2240.
Hello, I'm Chris Davis of Farmers National Bank's Lancaster branch. Good luck to all local teams and students this year. Show your team pride with one of our school-themed debit cards. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank, member FDIC.
This is Laura from the Garrett County Public Library. We have a brand new bookmobile, and we are ready for new bookmobile patrons. You can pick out books on the bookmobile, or we can bring you a selection based on your preferences. Call us at 859-792-3424 or stop and visit us on the square in Lancaster.
Whether you're a professional mechanic, a do-it-yourselfer, or you just need a new headlight, battery, antifreeze, or oil, the place to go is Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store on Stamford Street in Lancaster. Quality replacement parts and accessories for all makes and models. George Jackson and the staff are always ready to help. Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store has the parts you need, and if you need a little advice, well, they have that too. Garrett Automotive Parts City Parts Store, 212 Stamford Street in Lancaster.
Hello, I'm Angela Frisbee at Farmers National Bank. We are excited to support students as they excel in the classroom, play in the band, act in the school play, and as they compete in sports. We wish our students a great school year. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank, member FDIC.
Hi folks, Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC in Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
Half times are 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Bullitt Central put 20 minutes on the clock.
At least. And I'm telling you.
So listen, listen now. You don't like what they call the 3-and-3 rule.
The extra 3, which
but
is.
But they didn't give an extra 3. They've given an extra 6 minutes. I don't think.
I've never seen like.
Well, I think those officials are about as.
I think
we think it's funny, and I don't think they think it's funny.
I don't think they're near as they don't think it's near as funny as we do. But I'm telling you, we're close to watching football. It's 2 minutes and 58 seconds to go.
It's going to get started before they.
Not real sure as they introduced basically everybody in Shepherdsville that was under the age of 16 and the surrounding counties.
They were all sitting underneath that.
They were. They were. That second grade riot that we had just in front of us all ended up. But no, KG, talking a little bit about first half. Good first half by Garrett County. I saw John E. Elliman gave me a little bit of the stats over there a minute ago, and I've already forgotten. It was like 186 yards we had rushing or something like that, 146 yards. Whatever it was a really good first half on the ground. We didn't throw the ball. We didn't have to. I mean, our offensive line was creating big holes, and Cam Peak, Cooper Witt, Keelan Hahn was able to find some openings. Brandon McGlone checks in here and says the Lions are high energy down here on the sideline.
There you go, buddy.
He said they can smell it in the water. Man, I love that. That is Main Street Media's own Brandon McGlone checking in from the sideline, as that is on-field reporting right there, my friend, as they have taken the rest of that time off, and Garrett County is set to kick off here in the second half.
I tell you, of all the things I've ever seen, this is definitely one of them.
This is definitely one of them. This is definitely one of them. I mean, you go to places, you think back, we went to Powell County one night. You remember Powell County? And this is a long time ago. You couldn't see across the field. The fog came in. So, I mean, it was wild.
Well,
but
at least there are no wasping here.
At least there's no waspers. It's Clay County. That guy was down there just catching them with his fingers.
hands. They grow different at Clay County, boys. Hey,
I'm telling you.
Big time first series for the Garrett County defense. Garrett County had a lot of momentum kind of going into the halftime. Big first possession coming up for the Garrett County defense.
Zach Daly set to put the toe on it as he is still going to be downwind. Wind seems like it may have laid a little bit, but not a ton, as he's going to be able to kick to the Cougars. It takes it about 30, and he is broke free. Zach Daly's able to get in front of him and at least knock him down.
Getting down. Great job by Zach Daly.
Great job by Daly. Saving a touchdown is Daly. As that was, who was that? Number 5, I guess, was that Kyle Crenshaw? Kyler Crenshaw, my apologies. As Cougars are going to have it 1st and 10 from the Garrett County 43-yard line to start the second half.
A really good field position to start this drive for Bullitt Central.
Lee, shotgun formation. Anderson right behind him, as he's going to have twins on both sides. He's going to turn and give it to Anderson. Excuse me, that's Side Bottoms. As Side Bottoms is going to take it off the left side for the gain of about 6. 2nd and 4. Whoops, he moved on down there. So we'll say 2nd and 3.
We talked about, Coach Centers talked about this at halftime, Scott. Bullitt Central's got some good pieces.
They do.
Really impressed with some of the pieces they have running the football.
That quarterback is very, very effective. As this time he's going to give it to Side Bottom again, running off that left side. As they found something they like, Nate Daugherty ended up getting him down after a first down by Side Bottom.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the adjustments that Bullitt Central has made is they're wanting to pick up the pace here on this offensive series. So they're playing with pace right now. Garrett County's defense is going to have to adjust.
Side Bottom still right behind Lee in pistol formation, run the same play 3 times in a row. This time, Nate Daugherty's having none of that. As that is going to be, he's going to be dropped for a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 are the Cougars.
Nate Dogg with the big hit there for the Garrett County defense.
Big Nate Dogg.
Got a update from the conductor. Lincoln up on Danville 28-0.
Wow. Lincoln County rolling under first-year head coach and Levi Rogers.
Well on her way to be 3-0.
Lee checking he got a change of pace from the sideline from coach as he's going to throw this one out to Side Bottoms on the flip, as Jagger Wood ends up getting him down after a first down to the 10-yard line, as the Cougars will have it 1st and 10, or 1st and goal from the 10. Is it right on the 10?
Yeah, I think they spotted that on the 11, Scott.
All right, so we'll have it 1st and 10 from the 11.
Yeah, I tell you, Bullitt Central coming out and really putting together an impressive drive here with this initial drive in the second half.
Strokey in for the running back this time as he's going to get the handoff as he's going to get met in the backfield that time. Is that Vines?
I think it was J.L. Teeter, Scott.
Is that J.L. Teeter
did a
getting
really
in there,
nice job of
putting his head right into the belly
making a
of
big
the
hit
running
there.
back. Nice job by J.L. as that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Need a big stop here as
definitely 4-down territory.
to start the second half. Lee looking over the Garrett County defense as he's going to have twins on both sides of the line of scrimmage as he's going to, this busted play this time as Garrett County is going to allow Lee to gain a couple off the busted play, but not many, as that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, and I tell you,
maybe
Scott,
8.
you know, J.L. Teeter, again, got back in the backfield using his speed, kind of became disruptive. Ethan Vines was back there, Mason Agee, Trent Nyson doing a good job of making a big stop there for Garrett County. Big 2 downs coming up here for Bullitt Central.
3rd down and 8 for the Cougars as they trail 21-7 on your Urban Group scoreboard. Lee drops back to throw. Going to be flushed out of the pocket, coming to the near side as he's going to throw one into the end zone and will be caught. What a great catch by Anderson, as that is going to be an 11-yard pitch and catch.
Wow, what an impressive play by that young man there, Scott. Michael Anderson has come out to play here tonight.
Tell you what, he's a really good athlete. Anderson's a really nice athlete. He and Sidebottom both are doing a nice job there behind Lee. In to attempt the extra point.
It was, again, Lee really buys himself some time with the way that he's able to kind of scramble and save him, you know, kind of create some space and create some time for those receivers to get open.
O'Brien in to create the extra point, as this one is going to be missed left. No, it's good. He hooked it through the uprights. So your Urban Group scoreboard reads Garrett County 21, Bullitt Central Cougars 14. We come back and be Garrett County football here on the Golden Alliance Sports Network and Countryside BP Studios.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Hey Golden Line fans, this is Deonica Asbury, broker and owner of Cornerstone Realty and Auction. So if you're buying or selling a home in Garrett County, make Cornerstone Realty and Auction your teammates. Go on the offense by calling 859-329-8193 to score your free market analysis. Check out cornerstonerealtyandauction.com for a slam dunk week.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
The Garrett County Extension Service is your source for agricultural, family and consumer science, and 4-H programs in Garrett County. The Extension Service offers programs such as soil and hay sampling, food preservation, cooking classes, and a multitude of 4-H clubs. Jay, Kayla, and Eric encourage you to stop by and check out what the Extension Service can do for you. We are located south of Lancaster on Highway 27. Good luck to the Garrett County High School team. Go Lions!
Welcome back, folks, as Garrett County now set to receive the kickoff from Bullitt Central, as it's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line by Garrett County. I can't see exactly. Who is it?
I think it's Cam Peak.
Is that Cam Peak?
Yeah.
As there's going to be a flag coming from the Bullitt Central sideline. I think that's going to be either a sideline warning or a personal foul on the coach here, that he was not happy. See what they're talking about here.
Sideline
warning. As that's going to be, that'll be the first on the Bullitt Central sideline.
Hey, appreciate our friends at the Irving Group for their continued support of Gold Line Sports Network. Appreciate our man Leonard Harrison. I'm sure Leonard's pretty busy.
Yes, sir. He's got
tonight.
the Rural Heritage Tobacco Festival going on tonight. Get out there and support those folks tomorrow as Parsons underneath center hands one off to Coop Witt, as Coop is going to take the little fullback dive for about 7, maybe 6.
Again, Scott, he just kind of gets low and does a really nice job of just kind of keeping those legs moving. And then Vine Schultz and Parker doing a really nice job of kind of that center and those two guards kind of coming off the ball, blowing their guy off the ball, and picking up some big yardage there. For
My
Garrett County.
apologies. We're way behind on the shout-outs here. Allison Prater says, way to go, JL. Sonia Helton said, good job,
Let's
Coop.
go.
Lori Ann Majunkin says, let's go, GC. As Parsons looking over the defense from Bullitt Central as he's going to keep this one as just a quarterback sneak for about 5. There's not much sneaking to that one. That is lining up and taking it right at you.
Just giving, kind of taking what the defense is giving you, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, that was just big boy football there. You just kind of see that in the school lot. They just take off and go right at you. 1st and 10, Garrett County.
Appreciate our main man, Chris Davis at Farmers
Let's
National
go,
Bank,
CD.
and everything that Farmers National Bank does to support the Golden Line Sports Network.
Jessica Atala said, great push, GC. No kidding. That was that was kind of no trickery to
Carson
that one.
Schultz getting it done up
So
front.
we're coming right at you. 1st and 10, Garrett County from their own 49-yard line as Parsons is going to flip this one out to Cam Peak. He's got a lot of room. Get going, baby.
Lightning.
Come on, Lightning. 20, 30. That's going to be a
Come
flag.
on.
Doggone it.
Man, what a late penalty that was.
Oh, my stars. As
So,
Lightning was gone.
We call that feast or famine, and
Ah.
Bullitt Central blitzes both inside linebackers right in the A gap. Coach Crutchfield calls the perfect play call. A quick pitch to the left. Cam Peak takes it to the house, and a really, really late holding penalty gets called.
Doggone it.
Yeah, I tell you, Scott, what I don't like about that holding penalty is, Cam Peak was probably 20 yards down the field when the back judge threw the penalty.
So-
and it's one of those things, I don't know if the back judge should really be looking for a hold penalty. That's usually that umpire that sits right there in the middle.
Oh, mercy. So that will be coming back. So that will be from the spot of the foul, right? So
Yeah.
Garrett County looks like they're going to have it 2nd and about 6-ish after that holding penalty. Wow.
That's
Great.
a tough pentality on Gary County. But, hey, let's go. You got
Great run
we
by
talked about
Camo.
perseverance. Do it again.
No doubt.
Don't let them take that from you.
Listen, I'm telling you, everybody watches football, watches Cam, knows that Cam is fast, but he can find a little crease and it'll just explode. That's why he and Malachi are so.
Oh,
I mean,
my
because
goodness.
Malachi will he'll just flat find his crease and run over you. Lightning just takes off, baby. It's going to be 1st and 6 for the goal line. So this is going to be a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was Garrett County was leaning right there, Scott. So it's going to be kind of offsides on Garrett County.
It's going to drop Garrett County back to 1st and about 10 or 11 now. It's probably 11. It'll be 1st and 11. After all that mess, Garrett County is still right there.
On first down.
Reese White says, wow, Lightning can't wait for Thunder and Lightning to be
Let's
back
go.
together next week. No joke. I tell you, that is something special to watch, without a doubt. Jamel Burnside's like, wow, on that holding penalty. I'm with you, brother.
I didn't
with
see
you.
it.
1st and 11, Garrett County is Parsons underneath center. He's going to hand this one off to Cooper Witt as Cooper is going
Good
to
yardage.
off the right side.
Hey, our main man, Jason Sims. Jake Sims
Jake
has checked
Sims.
in. Said, man, Scott Boland's doing a great job, and he
Yeah.
thinks Scott Boland should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. for
Yeah,
Garrett
well, I'll
County.
tell you. So Jake Sims is a jokester, obviously. as I had a pretty good arm from second base to first base,
Well,
Sims. You got to admit.
that's where they put the strongest arms. Always put the strongest arms in second base.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, Jake Sims could play. He was a player. We had some good times back in high school. As I hope you're doing well, my friend. Is this going to be 2nd and about 5 for? I don't even know why I look at the scoreboard. It's not even been right ever all night long, and I keep looking at it like, oh man. As this is going to be a handoff to Lightning again. Here he goes again, baby. As this one is going to get down around the 30s, he's going to run over somebody.
Wow.
As that Lightning struck a chord with somebody from Bullitt Central.
Like, you ain't taking that away from
That's
me.
going to be 1st down. Garrett County.
Yeah, Garrett County driving. Offensive line really getting some work in. Scott, again, Bullitt Central, this defense is feast or famine. So, again, Bullitt Central kind of blitz both those linebackers kind of in the A-gap. Coach Crutchfield doing a great job calling the play right off the tackle. Cam Peak picking up about 20, 25 yards out on that carry. Garrett County's got the ball on the 26-yard line of Bullitt Central with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
Let's go, GC, says Cassie Goldie checking in. I'm watching the Garrett County and cheering them on. This is going to be a handoff just off the left side. I assume that is
Cooper
Coop.
Witt. Yeah, Cooper Witt. again, Justin Parsons just reversing out, giving the ball to Cooper, Ethan Vines, Murphy, and Schultz doing a real nice job of being aggressive and pushing the defensive line off the ball. Bullitt Central starting to get a little frustrated on defense.
Oh, yeah.
The Garrett
No
County
doubt about
offensive
it.
line is taking control of this football game, Scott.
Paul Hendricks says that's where track and field comes into play for Cam. He said his speed keeps improving, man. You're not kidding. Jessica Atala says, let's go, Cam, with lightning bolts. No flags. Here we go, Jamel Burnside, as Garrett County now comes to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 4, leading 21-14, 5:36 to go, as this is going to be a handoff up the middle. I was going to say not a lot there, but they get 4 yards on the first down.
It's going to be a first down.
That's going to be a Bob Allen motor ball first down, where Garrett County will have it 1st and 10 from about the 16-yard line.
Nate Daugherty doing a good job of blocking down, kind of putting the defender on his back there. Good job of Cooper Witt taking the ball all the way to the 16-yard line of Bullitt Central. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Garrett 21, Bullitt Central 14.
From the heart of Lancaster, Kentucky, what about Jessica Fife checking in? Says, let's go, GC.
Miss President.
I tell you what, she is Presidente. El Presidente.
Let's go.
As looking forward to cut out and check out the chamber tomorrow, folks. They're going to be set up there on the square. Any questions, anything that we can do to help, please come by and say hello to Miss Jessica and all the folks. That's going to be a flag on the play as false start.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start on Garrett County. Garrett County going to that unbalanced attack there, or unbalanced formation that Garrett had so much success with against Middlesboro in the second half last week.
We need a touchdown, guys, is what Miss Karen Barnes is saying. Cooper is a tough kid, Jamel Barnes.
Sure
said he really likes it. Bullitt Central defensive lineman showing a lot of fatigue, says Dwayne Stipe. You're not kidding, my friend.
Keep pushing.
Keep going. Just keep going. 4:54 to go. Clock is running here in the third quarter. Garrett County has it now 1st and about 14 or 15 from the 21-yard line of Bullitt Central. Need to get down to about the 7. This is going to be Lightning off the left side. Not a lot there as he was trying to run to the short end of the short side of the field, as he's gained a couple. Bring up 2nd and 13.
Again, Garrett County kind of going to that unbalanced kind of a wing formation there. Had a lot of success last week against Middlesboro. Let's see what Coach Crutchfield can kind of draw up from it in these next couple big plays here for Garrett County.
My man Rusty Clark checking in says, let's go, Lions. Let's get a big win tonight. Lois Ray say, way to go, Lions. Let's finish this thing off here. 2nd and 14. Parsons underneath center, looking over the defensive unit of, another flag. A Bullitt Central. It's going to be another flag in the backfield. It's going to be a holding.
I think it's going to be holding on Garrett, but, man, that could have easily been a late hit by
That
Bullitt
looked a little
Central.
late to me, too.
Yeah. It's going to be holding Garrett County.
Garrett County. So that is going to take us back again.
I think Garrett County's offensive line is a little frustrated right there with these penalties here in this quarter. But again, you got to push through it, fight through it, have some perseverance, and let's keep going here.
A few of these officials are going to need to ice their arms tomorrow.
Yeah,
They've
there's
thrown
been a
their
lot of
flags
flags.
a bunch, as their shoulders are going to be a little bit sore. As Garrett County now is going to be driven back. It's going to be 1st and Crab Orchard for the Golden Lions.
Let's be honest. I mean, the officials on this Garrett County drive has really been active. Really active. Probably called 4 or 5 penalties on this drive against Garrett County.
I'll tell you what, though, if there's one thing Garrett County's offense has shown tonight is the big play potential.
That's right.
Particularly Cam Peak, as he's taken 3 or 4 for big yardage. As this is going to be 2nd and about 25 for the Lions. This is going to be Peak. Is he going to cut one up the middle and right on cue as he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, just short of the original line of scrimmage, as he gains about 12 to 14 on that play.
It kind of makes 3rd down a lot more manageable here now, Scott.
And you would think you're in field goal territory, but he's going to be able to do whatever he'd like to, as Coach Crutchfield. That is. Come on, Cam. Take one for the TD, as Reese White says. Cheyenne Lutz says, let's go, Lions. Ricky Boyd checking in says, let's go, Garrett County. As it's going to be 3rd and about 13 for the Golden Lions. Second grade nation in front of us here just rose up for the 3rd down. as Parsons under center. He's going to drop back to throw, rolling out to the right, eyes up. He's going to throw one out into the corner. It's going to be a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another holding penalty on Garrett County, Scott. I think Bullitt Central will probably decline this one.
As they're going to pick that one up right at the line of scrimmage. As they're going to decline it, it'll be 4th down as this has turned into a hanky fest.
I mean, let's be honest. I think they have called 6 penalties against Garrett County on this offensive drive.
Sheesh.
Yeah, they're taking the penalty. I think they're a little bit worried about Garrett County being in field goal range too, Scott.
Yeah.
So they're kind of giving Garrett County another down.
That's probably
Yeah.
it's probably not a bad call. So this is going to be, let's see, Garrett County now is going to have it 3rd down on the Cougars' 29-yard line. Garrett County needs to get to the 11-yard line of the Cougars for a 1st down. And again, Parker Daly, that's his brother, Zach Daly, with an extremely strong leg for the Garrett County Golden Lions. So, you'd like to see him in order to try another 10 yards or so. Parsons is going to flip one off to Cam Peak. Cam Peak going to make a one-person miss, gets about 4 or 5 more yards. He's going to have it at about the 23-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and about 15.
Yeah, it'd be a 40-yard field goal attempt if they try to field goal here, Scott.
Daly has that in his repertoire.
It'd be actually be about a 41-yard field goal attempt.
As looks like the offense is staying on the field for Coach Crutchfield. Eric Conley says, Coach Crutchfield use any of those special plays from Scott Boland? Not yet, not yet. We're kind of saving those to district. We're making sure we keep those in a special time. 4th and about 16 for the goal lines. As Parsons out of shotgun formation this time. There's going to be a flag, as it had been approximately 37 seconds before a flag had been thrown.
Yeah, it's going to be offsides on Garrett County.
Offsides.
Illegal procedure.
So that's going to be 5 more yards.
I've watched a lot of football in my life, Scott. I've never seen an offensive series with this many penalties. And, you hate not to be – I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theory, but, when you travel a long distance like Garrett County traveled up here, you've got an officiating crew that's not in your association.
World.
That's not in your association. You got to fight through that. You got to overcome it.
This is my man on the speaker down here is fired up. He's trying to get everybody going. So about 4th and 30 here as Parsons is going to air one out. He's got him open. Oh, what a great play. Just couldn't hold on to it.
So close.
Is that Peak?
Yep, that was
What
Peak.
a great effort.
Yeah, great effort.
On that good throw, good effort, just couldn't pull it in. As that'll be a turnover on downs. Defense now going to have to do its job. 141 after all of that going on. So Garrett County defense now out on the field.
So we saw Garrett County close to being in field goal range. So, hey, Gold Line fans, score with End Zone Eats from your Lancaster Dairy Queen. After every made Gold Line's field goal, you get 10, 20, even up to 30% off DQ's Ultimate Treats. Just bring your ticket or phone stub on Saturday after game day.
Lee, he turns the wrong way. Is this going to be a busted play? As he's going to try to extend it by getting out to the left side, as he does, as he's going to be ran out of bounds by Nate Daugherty. After the gain of...
He gains about 4 or 5 there, Scott.
There's a glare on the screen. I'm having a hard time seeing through there.
He's really elusive.
He really is. Garrett County did a nice job there. The defensive ends, kept him corralled, and he just went backwards.
Hey, appreciate our good friends at DocuBit, everything that Eric Caldwell does, and DocuBit does, Continue Sports and Gold Line Sports Network.
2nd and 6. Lee rolling out to the right side as he's going to throw one out into the flat. It's going to be dropped by Anderson, as Anderson had a lot of green in front of him. It's going to bring down 3rd and 6.
Hey, the Garrett County Chamber, you mentioned them earlier. Appreciate the Garrett County's Chamber support of the Gold Line Sports Network. Whitaker Bank, mentioned Jessica Pfeiffer earlier. So appreciative of everything that Whitaker Bank does to support the Gold Line Sports Network.
No doubt about that. We're so thankful for our partners in town and around town that are so supportive of Main Street Media, so we can bring you these coverages
big
of
play here, Scott.
great kiddos.
Big play here.
Third and 6. Lee, quick throw out the middle. Great job by Trenton Ison. Wow. What a great defensive play by Trenton Ison now. It's going to be a 4th and 6. They're going to have to punt this one.
I tell you what I like about that, Scott. I mean, and I'm sure we've had a lot of comments from our viewers here. I'm not going to be real negative, but a lot of flags on that last offensive series. So what does Gary County defense do? They come out and say,
yes,
3,
sir.
We're going to make you go 3 and out. We're going to get the football back. How dare you keep trying to throw flags on us?
That's right.
On this next offensive series.
Gary County now's getting not a great punt, as that's going to be an end over end. It's going to go into Garrett County territory. Well, they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. As, again, this is a great job defensively, able to stand up. A lot of kind of, adversity on that last drive. We'll say that, just overcome it. Urban Group scoreboard, 1:18 to go here in the third quarter. Garrett County leads Bullitt Central 21-14.
Yeah, big offensive series coming up here, Scott. Good. I think if I really feel like if Gary County just can play some clean football, I think they're going to put the ball in the end zone, Scott.
Well, we've shown the propensity to break some plays, obviously, as Cam tonight has broken 4-5. And we've also shown the ability to just drive it right down their throat with Coop Witt and Keelan Hahn, as this one's going to be to Cooper Witt, as he's going to take one off the left side for a gain of about 4.
Good job by Nate Daugherty there. Jagger Wood kind of putting a helmet on a defender, kind of moving them around and picking up a big 4 yards on that first down carry for Garrett County.
Inside a minute to go here in the third quarter. Garrett County, again, not in any hurry, but needs to make sure that we continue the positive yardage. It's going to be 2nd and 6, Garrett County. Actually, probably a little bit more like 7. Parsons looking over the Cougar defense. He's going to hand this one off to Cooper Witt again, as he's going to follow the drive of the middle of the line that time for another 3 yards or so.
It's going to be about 3rd and 4, Scott. And I think that's going to be the last play of the third quarter.
And that will take us to the end of the third quarter, as Garrett County, I don't feel like, is going to snap another one. As Dre Moon says, all the line fans at Kentucky Science Center is hosting a Play to Go exhibit at the Garrett County Library until November 9th. It's for ages 8 and under. If you have any questions, feel free to email Aisha. It's on there, or call the Garrett County Library. Come out and play. And with that, that's the end of the third quarter. Your Urban Group scoreboard reads Garrett County 21, Cougars 14. We'll be right back here with Main Street Media and Golden Lion Sports Network from the Countryside BP Studios.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Hey Golden Lion fans, this is Deonica Asbury, broker and owner of Cornerstone Realty and Auction. So if you're buying or selling a home in Garrett County, make Cornerstone Realty and Auction your teammates. Go on the offense by calling 859-329-8193 to score your free market analysis. Check out cornerstonerealtyandauction.com for a slam dunk week.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC and Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
And welcome back, folks. 3rd and 5 for Garrett County, as this is going to be handed off to it. It's going to be fumbled.
Oh, no.
And the Cougars are going to come up with it, as that ball is going to be coughed up at about midfield, as it looks like he got hit kind of from the side there. Was able to jar the football loose. Defense is going to have to do it again.
Yep, I agree. That's right. Defense is going to have to really step up here, Scott. Bullitt Central now has the ball on the Garrett County 49-yard line.
All right, defense, let's go. Let's win one here for the Garrett County Golden Line faithful. As defense has been doing a nice job tonight in big situations. 11:55 to go here in the fourth quarter as Lee in shotgun formation, side bottom just off to the left as Anderson goes into motion. As Lee looking over the defense as he's going to pull one down and run it right up the middle as he's going to be hit from a couple of sides after the gain of five.
Yeah, gained about 5 yards. Again, just a really nice runner there. Nice quarterback that can really scramble pretty effectively for Boulder Central.
Very impressed with Lee as he does a really nice job. He really doesn't get in a big hurry. He does a nice job of being patient in the pocket. Lee's going to put side bottom in the pistol formation this time. He's going to hand it off to him off the left side. Not much there as he's going to turn around and go the other way. Sheds two or three blockers of Garrett County for a first down as he's down into Garrett County territory.
You know, Newcomb came up and really kind of turned him back in, and unfortunately a couple Garrett defenders kind of missed him and ended up resulting in a pretty significant gain there by Bullitt Central.
Just starting the fourth quarter here. Excuse me, less than a minute gone here in the fourth quarter, 11 minutes to go. Garrett County leads 21-14.
Timeout, Garrett County.
We have timeout. Garrett County will take one, too. Garrett County leads 21-14, 10:59 to go here in the fourth quarter. This is Garrett County Golden Line Football and the Golden Line Sports Network from the Countryside BP Studios.
This is Jay Smith with the Garrett County Health Department. Services offered at the Garrett County Health Department include restaurant inspections, septic system inspections, WIC, which is a supplemental food program for women and infants, immunizations for infants, children, and adults, hand services for expectant mothers, smoking cessation classes, and many other services. Come see us at 89 Farrah Drive in Lancaster or contact us at 792-2153.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC in Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
As Bullock Central Cougars are going to get a first down on an 11-yard run by side bottom right up the middle.
Yeah, Scott, it's time for this Garrett County defense kind of dig their heels in here and say no more.
First and 10 from the Garrett County 23-yard line. As Lee this time is going to take it the opposite field, the short side, as he's got a area to get to the end zone, and he scores. As that's going to be a touchdown, Cougars. 21-20 is your score. As they will try to tie it up with the extra point.
We got us a ball game here,
We
Scott.
got a ball game, no doubt about that. 10:36 to go. Garrett County leads 21-20. On to attempt the extra point is O'Brien for the Cougars. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good. We're all tied up. Here, 10:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Garrett County have the football when we come back. All tied up on your Urban Group scoreboards. Golden Line Sports Network from the Countryside BP Studios.
It's 9:20.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell, and I would like to invite you in to see how we became the #1 growth dealer for Mazda in the Midwest and #6 in the entire nation. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. This is how car buying should be. No pressure, no gimmicks, no hidden fees, and no fast talk. So stop by and experience for yourself at 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stuartpowell.com.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Hey Golden Line fans. This is Deonica Asbury, broker and owner of Cornerstone Realty and Auction. So if you're buying or selling a home in Garrett County, make Cornerstone Realty and Auction your teammates. Go on the offense by calling 859-329-8193 to score your free market analysis. Check out CornerstoneRealtyandAuction.com for a slam dunk week.
Cornerstone Realty and Auction.
Folks, as the Cougars set to kick off to the Garrett County Golden Lions here as they have tied it up at 21. As Garrett County have the ball fielded at about the 12-yard line, which is Cam Peak, as he's going to be tackled about the 15, where Garrett County will have it. 10:27 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, big-time drive here, Scott, no doubt about that. So, what Bullitt Central last week, Lincoln County was up 14-0. They should have scored right before halftime, didn't. Bullitt Central comes out in the second half and really puts together a really good half in play. Hey, we got the clock running. It's not supposed to be running. Oh, my goodness gracious. But, Garrett goes into halftime up 21-7. Bullitt Central's come out and scored 14 unanswered points to kind of tied this game here, Scott.
I think the White Hat's going to reset the time as he's looking at the back
Maybe
judge.
a little bit less PA and a little bit more game management.
A lot of energy on that PA.
Just my suggestion.
I'm hoping he's not doing both.
As White Hat asking it to be reset. As they're going to put some more, 15 seconds on the clock. 10:20 to go now.
A big drive here, Scott. Big drive.
Garrett County all tied up, 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Parsons under center. Hand off to Cooper Witt as Cooper's going to break one off the right side. As that's going to be a Bob Alamoto first down and more as he's going to get out to the 30-yard line, just short of the 30-yard line. Great run that time by Cooper Witt. As Garrett County now will have it 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
And I think Coach Crutchfield would be fine just kind of being deliberate, kind of get this running game going and seeing what this offensive line can kind of get back in control of this game. We've seen Garrett County put together really successful drives, minus the one drive that had about 8 penalties.
Right.
And we talked about that during the break. It kind of has a way of maybe sucking your energy when you have that many flags on one drive. Garrett County's got to bounce back here and recontrol of this football game, Scott.
1st and 10, Garrett County after the 12-yard run by Cooper Witt. Parsons under center. He's going to hand this one off to Witt again as he's got the same hole. He's got the same result as he's going to get out to the first down marker. All right, at the 39-yard line, where I believe he's got another Bob Alamoto first down.
Man, those are two big runs on
Yes,
this
it
drive
is.
to get this drive going.
And I like
that is a first down.
It's kind of going back to the basics, just, reversing out, getting the ball to Cooper, letting that right side of the offensive line really work with Lee and Parker and Schultz over there, Nate Daugherty, Jagger Wood, everybody doing a good job of kind of getting physical and blocking. I like what I'm seeing so far with these first two plays.
9:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Garrett County all tied up at 21 on your Urban Group scoreboard. Parsons under center, sending Newcomb out to the short side as this is going to be a handoff to Lightning as Lightning is going to gain about 4, possibly 5. Well, they're going to say maybe about 3.
Yeah, about 3 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 7. Garrett County is, again, in no rush as long as they can continue. A strong leg of Zach Daly if needed. However, we will be kicking into the wind.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I kind of like it. Kind of looks like the Garrett County offense we've seen all night so far on these first 3 plays here, Scott.
This offensive line needs to come alive and continue to blow open holes here for the Golden Lions. 8:30 to go. Clock continues to run. Parsons under center. Hand off this time to, is that Keelan Hahn?
Yeah, it's Hahn.
Hahn is not much on the right side.
And I tell you, Scott, it wasn't a real clean handle. Hahn almost bobbled that ball, and I think he did a good job of just not making sure the ball was fumbled. The Lime Pride Football Alumni Association would like to thank these sponsors for the generous support of our Gold Lions: Bluegrass Bottling, Hewlett General Contracting, and Danville Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Former alumni, we want you. Get back in the game with LPFAA.
Third down here for Garrett County.
And
about
I tell you,
8.
I'm excited for the new facility next week to be back playing, but I'm also excited for Keys and Crows pregame meal.
Yes,
next week as
sir.
well.
No doubt about it. Love Keys and Crows. Parsons under
Big play,
center.
big play.
Head one off to Cam Peak this time off the right side as he's going to bounce it outside. That a boy, Cam. And a baby Cam. Hard yardage right there by Cam Peak.
He's gonna spot him at 2 yards short. I think he dove. I think Coach Crutchfield's begging that side official not to spot him so short because I think Cam dove ahead for the first down.
Cam just absolutely.
Unfortunately in high school you don't have a replay to overturn any.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, I thought he
That's
had a first
terrible
down.
spot.
I mean, he lost 3 yards on that spot. Here we
Big
go.
play right
Big
here.
play.
4th and 2, Garrett County. Offensive line is just used to win this battle. What a terrible spot that was.
So, do you go for it here, boys?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think so.
Well, you've already used one timeout, so I don't think they're going to line up and just try to get them to jump off sides. You might not want to burn that second time out here.
Come on, offensive line. Pick up a first down here is Parsons. Underneath center, he's offside. Yes, sir. Let's go. We'll take that.
Hey,
nice
Garrett
job.
County having that eye discipline on the offensive line.
Eye
Scott.
discipline.
Yeah.
It always comes down to that. I practice it all the time.
Hey,
That's going to be.
We practiced it in dinner tonight, didn't we?
Yeah, I didn't
Jeff
do
wanted
very.
us some,
I'll be honest, I didn't do
He wanted
very
us a
good.
bite of butterscotch pie.
Yeah.
We chose some eye discipline.
Yeah, I tried not. I didn't do very good. 7:28 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, did you
Garrett
have a
County. I had a little one, just a tiny one, just ittle bitty. As Ava would say, just a little bit. Just a
He
little
had
bit.
the smallest portion.
Oh,
I will
that's right.
confess.
That's
you
right.
know.
Garrett
one
County's
way to look
now
at it.
into Bullitt Central territory as they're going to have it 1st and 10 from Bullitt Central 48-yard line. Garrett County, same familiar offensive set. Going to pitch one out to Cam Peak as he's going to make one guy miss, but another guy comes and cleans him up. But Garrett County will have loss of about 5 yards or
I think
so.
it's a little bit more than that, Scott.
Actually, no.
Yeah,
Look where
I
he's
think it's-
standing.
I think he lost about 7 yards.
I
right
actually
there.
thought the Coach Crutchfield was him, so you're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd and about 17 for Garrett County. 7:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. Garrett County just needs to get some momentum, continue this positive momentum. Behind the chains now are the Golden Lions. As Parsons getting the call from head coach Spencer Crutchfield. Bringing the Lions out of the huddle.
You kind of want to pick up about 9 or 10 yards here to make a third down fairly manageable, Scott.
Parsons fakes the pick. Oh, as that ball is going to be incomplete as he faked the pitch
I like
to
the play
Cam.
call. I like the play call because, again, they've really been overplaying that quick pitch that Garrett County's had so much success with. So was wanting the linebackers to kind of fly to the play action and then bring Nate Daugherty right underneath. Bullitt Central doing a good job of kind of getting their hands on that football, setting up a big, 3rd down and 17 for Garrett County on their own 45-yard line. 7 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's all tied up at 21.
3rd and 17. Golden Lions. Cam Peak is going to be split out to the near side with Newcomb. Parsons in shotgun formation as it ball is going to be low snap as he's going to throw one out to the flat as he's got a offensive player that I'm not even sure who that is, but they're going to get out to inside Bullitt Central territory. So I'm not even sure who that was as we've just had a person fall in the.
Yeah, don't surprise me.
Jeff, you all right? I'm just making sure you're okay. As clock is going to continue to run.
What
7 minutes
happened?
To go.
Somebody fell down.
Who was that? Who caught that?
I don't know.
I still couldn't tell who caught that. Anyway, it's going to be 4th and 10. Garrett County as they're going to put in the punting unit. We're going to punt one away. Jagger Wood back for the Golden Lions. 6:40 to go. Good snap. Good punt by Jagger. That's going to get a really good Garrett County kick as it's going to get down
Oh,
inside
my
the
goodness.
5-yard line.
All the way on the 5-yard line.
Where Garrett
Wow.
County will now have it have them pinned back inside the 5, where Bullitt Central will have it all tied up with 6:28 to go here in the fourth quarter.
So our main man, Jeff Moss, has chimed in. Thinks that was Jagger Wood.
Jagger Wood, I'm telling you, I kept looking this way.
Yeah, I was looking for these kids that fell down right in front of us. They were a little distracted.
Yeah, we were very much.
Hey, let's see if this Garrett County defense can do something right here with this ball. Bullitt Central.
Time for a turnover.
Hey, can Mason Agee do it again?
I would tell you what, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I might jump out.
We've already scored on 1 pick six for the night. 6:28 to go, all tied up on your Irving Group scoreboard. 21 across the board.
They need more chairs in this press bar.
Yeah. Jeff Jacobs just went on his backside, boys. But good thing he's an athlete.
I will go mention it.
He hopped right back up. It's going to be side bottoms. It's going to get the handoff. He'll rumble for about 2, maybe 1.
Jagger Wood, Nate Daugherty getting him down, as well as Mason Agee kind of helping assist that. So Garrett County doing a great job of kind of limiting any really positive yardage there for Bullitt Central.
2nd and 8.
A 3 and out would be gigantic here, Scott.
Lee in shotgun formation. Side bottom just off behind him in the end zone. As this side bottom's going to get the handoff off the left side this time. Gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and probably a long 6.
Yeah, Nate Daugherty doing a really good job of asserting himself on defense here. Without a doubt, I think Lee's going to try to keep the ball in his hands here this time here, Scott.
Lee, shotgun formation, twins on both sides.
Come on. Let's get a big stop here, Gold Lines.
Looking at the offense and the sideline, adjusting the play call.
5 minutes and 28 seconds left here, all tied up.
Dropping back to throw the football. Just be patient. Don't let him out of that pocket, as they're going to flush him out of there as he gets.
Oh, gosh.
Finds an open receiver.
That's a penalty.
That's got to be a penalty.
That's a penalty. I mean, he
just hit him from the back.
He blocked him in the knees, and they did not call the penalty. Touchdown, Bullitt Central.
As that's going to be a touchdown, Bullitt Central, as he got hit right on the back. I couldn't tell exactly. There comes a flag on
and now
Garrett's sideline.
Well, I don't blame them. I'm going to tell you something, folks. This has been a homer of a second half for Garrett County.
Yeah.
So let's reset this. Bullitt Central gets a 1st down. Should have been about a 20-yard gain. The Bullitt Central offensive player hits a Garrett County defender below the knees, which is you can't do that outside of the tackle box. Exactly in front of an official. The official does not throw the flag. The whole coaching staff is chasing the official all the way down the field, and then they're going to throw a penalty trying to push, because the Garrett County coaching staff was kind of on the football field.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go back and obviously you can look at that, but that was
it was as I had it right in frame. It was as obvious as it could be. It was a terrible call, terrible no call.
See what?
Yeah, imagine that they're both on Garrett County.
So there's going to be a assessed on the kickoff against Garrett County, as Coach Crutchfield's still pleading his case over there. And of course, he's got a great case.
Yeah,
to plead.
I'm not all about making excuses, and Garrett County's still got to make plays. But folks, Garrett County has traveled to a region of the state that is outside of their official association, and it's absolutely showed in the second half.
27-21, Irving Group scoreboard. Looking to get the extra point is Bullitt Central, and they do. 5:09 to go. Garrett County trails now 28-21. This Garrett County Golden Line football here on the Golden Line Sports Network here from the Countryside BP studios.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC in Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
This is Jay Smith with the Garrett County Health Department. Services offered at the Garrett County Health Department include restaurant inspections, septic system inspections, WIC, which is a supplemental food program for women and infants, immunizations for infants, children, and adults, hand services for expectant mothers, smoking cessation classes, and many other services. Come see us at 89 Farrah Drive in Lancaster or contact us at 792-2153.
And welcome back, folks. Garrett County will receive the football here after a Bullitt Central touchdown, 28-21. Your Urban Group scoreboard, 5:09 to go. As now the officials are not sure where to even place the football. As they've
over here. Let's move it up here. Let's go there.
They've marched Garrett County around 3 or 4 times. So set to kick off is Bullitt Central as they lead now 28-21. Garrett County needs to regroup here and come back in.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to try to regroup, Scott. I mean, what we're seeing out here, folks, is just not. I mean, it's just not right. I mean, it just isn't. I mean, we've seen Garrett County get called for about 10 or 11 fouls in the second half. That missed call and that touchdown was one of the most blatant missed calls you could ever miss.
Garrett County receives it at the end zone as that is going to be out to about the 18, 19-yard line. Official marks at the 20s. Garrett County will have it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
But, hey, Garrett County's got it. 5 minutes to go. Got to drive down, get the ball in the end zone, and try to try to get into overtime here.
4:59 to go. Garrett County has shown that they can bust it at any point in time, but this is a big drive here for Garrett County. Down 7. Garrett County has played well tonight. They've had some adversity go against them, but they have played well overall. Need to really show up here, make something big happen. Let's make something big happen. Parsons under center. Pitch out to Cam Peak as they were waiting on that one.
Yeah, they kind of blitzed into that. Again, we talked about this before the game. It's feast or famine for this defense.
That's a loss of about 5 or 6 for Garrett County. It'll bring up 2nd and 15. Garrett County now 2nd and 15 from their own 15-yard line. 4:30 to go in the Urban Group scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. Garrett County trails Bullitt Central Cougars 28-21. Parsons looking over the Cougars defense. He's going to keep this one rolling out to the right side as he's going to throw one out. It's caught, and then it's actually not caught. I thought it was caught by Daugherty.
Yeah, he kind of bobbled it
and
there.
He was looking to get up the field. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Garrett County.
Big play coming up here, Scott. I mean, you're kind of running out of time here. Garrett County's got 2 timeouts, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Bullitt Central 28, Garrett County 21.
3rd and 15, 4:10 to go. Garrett County is trying to get that momentum back as it's been a tough second half here for the Golden Lions. Parsons under center. So drop back to throws. He's going to get one up the middle. He's going to keep it. Gain of about 5 or 6. Did they say he fumbled it?
I think so. I think he
no,
fumbled
it actually got the ball taken.
Yeah.
Taken from
Bullitt
it.
Central
That's going to
football.
be Bullitt Central football. Doggone it at the
That's a big turnover.
22-yard line. As that's going to be Bullitt Central football with 3:59 to go.
Got to stop him here, Scott. Can't let him get in the end zone.
Got to get a stop. 3:59 to go. 28-21 on your Urban Group scoreboard is Bullitt Central Cougars over Garrett County.
Scott, this is probably a really good night. I'm in the broadcasting booth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty glad I'm not standing on the sidelines down there when a certain group of people jog past me getting off the field.
Lee in shotgun formations. He's going to hand one off to side bottom. No air there as Garrett County does a nice job defensively up the middle. As
Mason Agee did a good job of kind of crashing down and making a big hit there.
As they were stopping that one, clock continues to run. 3:44. It's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Cougars. as they lead on Urban Group scoreboard 28-21. In no hurry.
Yeah, I mean, right now the clock is their friend. You know, that's one of the things. We talked about this last week, that 4-minute offense. You want to take as much time off the clock as you possibly can. When it comes down to it, Garrett County really needs to prevent Bullitt Central from picking up a first down.
Pistol formation for the Cougars. Lee, handoff to side bottom. Side bottom dancing around the left side as he's going to gain about 6. Going to bring up 3rd and probably 5.
Yeah, 3 minutes left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Bullitt Central 28, Garrett County 21.
Garrett County trying to dig their heels in. Actually, the spot was a little bit farther back, so it'll be 3rd and about 7 for the Cougars. As defense seems to be on the field, seem to have been on the field a lot this second half. As need a big stop here for the defensive lines. As again in pistol formation is Lee. Side bottoms right behind. Lee. Handoff to side bottom off the right side as he's not going to get away from Trenton Ison. As a flag.
Is he going to call a horse collar?
Flag on the play? Surely not. There's no way. That's got to be a hold on.
Yeah, there you go. Try to even it out now, big boy.
It's got to be a hold on the Cougars. As that's going to be a 3rd down and about 15 or so for the Cougars. 2:23 to go here.
Yeah, Garrett's going to decline it just to try to get the ball back earlier, Scott.
So it'll be 4th down and 6 or 7. 2:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Garrett County trails 28-21.
Bullitt Central going to attempt the field goal here, Scott. If they go up 2 scores, it makes it really tough for Garrett County.
Running out to try to kick the extra point, or kick the field goal is going to be Trip O'Brien. As they're going to call a timeout, I assume it's going to be against the Cougar or for the Cougars.
Timeout. Yeah.
We'll keep it right here.
I don't think they thought they had the right personnel on the field, but I don't see them switching anybody. I think they didn't think they had 11 on the field, Scott, but they did. They did have 11.
2:06 to go here in the fourth quarter, 28-21.
Well, I would tell you this. I've watched a lot of football. That drive, Scott, I think when our coaching staff goes back and kind of breaks his film down of just kind of having, again, 7 or 8 penalties, 3 or 4 holding penalties, and the offside penalties, you really can't.
Right.
You really can't see anything against those. I mean, if you move, that's an offsides penalty. These holding penalties are a lot of times judgmental, especially on Cam Peak's long touchdown run. I think the coach staff is going to go back. I mean, the error just kind of felt like it left our sideline.
Sure.
Kind of left our kids thinking, man, what can we do? I mean,
right.
You could see the players were kind of visibly upset, and I definitely think that had an impact on this football game here in the second half.
Lining up here for a field goal is Trip O'Brien. What about 32 yards, 35 yards? Good hold, good snap, and this is going to be no good. And this is going to be wide left. Garrett County still got life.
2 timeouts left, 2 minutes and 6 seconds left here on the clock.
2 timeouts to play with is the Garrett County Golden Lions, as they're going to have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 80 yards to go in just over 2 minutes. As Justin Parsons.
And we've seen Garrett County kind of have a propensity for making some big plays here, Scott, in this ball game.
Parsons in shotgun formation. 1 wide out on each side. As Parsons going to roll out to the right side, throw one out into the flat. It's going to be caught, but there's going to be offsides. Garrett County. Oh.
And the Garrett County players are kind of throwing their arms up in the air.
So that's going to be 5-yard penalty on Garrett County. It'll be now 1st and 15. 2 seconds went off the clock there. Thank you. So Garrett County will have it 1st and 15 Need to make sure here, just be solid. Run your routes as Parsons going to roll out to the right side. Good block there. He's going to have an opening. He's going to have a first down there and get out of bounds. As
got out of bounds. Stops the clock.
Stops the clock out to about the 35-yard line. Garrett County picks up 20 on that one.
Yeah, minute and 58 seconds left here. Garrett still got some time, especially with those 2 timeouts left.
Not having to use that timeout is it's a big weapon. 1:58 to go, 28-21. Parsons comes to the huddle. Shotgun formation. Waiting the snap. Here's Parsons rolling out to his left this time. He's going to throw one. Ooh, almost picked off. Trying to get it to peak here, the near side.
You know, the Bullitt Central defender did a really nice job of kind of breaking on the play and just about got an interception there, Scott.
Be 2nd and 10. Garrett County, 1:53 to go. Garrett County trails Bullitt Central Cougars 28-21. Beautiful night tonight, Coach. It's
oh my goodness,
it's been a perfect night for football. When we came in, we thought we might have a little bit of weather.
Hey, our good friend Jim Freeman kind of chimed in.
Yeah,
says he
let's
might
go.
Have a few opinions about what he's seen in the second half.
Well, listen, I do not share them. I can tell you right now. 2nd and 10. Parsons, straight drop. He's going to try to throw the screen as he's going to fumble the football.
And Bullitt Central ball.
And Bullitt Central is going to take over after the turnover. And that'll probably be the football game right there. I would think. As Bullitt Central will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, Garrett's still got 2 timeouts, but it makes it really, really, really tough, Scott.
It's been a tough one tonight, Coach. You know, come all the way up.
I'm kind of ready to go back to Lancaster, guys. I'm not
come all the way up here. Tune in tomorrow morning as Main Street Media will bring to you at noon. We'll bring to you the Rural Heritage Parade right at noon, as we will have all things Garrett County Tobacco Festival Parade.
I hear you're going to be the great master of ceremony for that.
I'm going to be the big mouth that's going to be out there for sure. As it's going to be a handoff off the right side, as that's side bottom, as he's going to slide down before he goes out of bounds. As that'll continue to run the clock, 1:30.
Kid's kind of got a high football
IQ. He does.
IQ.
He does a smart play.
Yeah, kind of getting down and keeping that clock running.
That was a smart play on his part.
It is a perfect night. I mean, this is football weather right here, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's not too hot. It's kind of like what is that? Big Bear's porridge or whatever. It's just right, just right.
So I was going to say, that's a sideline warning on Bullitt Central. I was going to say that's their 2nd sideline warning, so it had to be a penalty.
So 5-yard penalty on Bullitt Central. 1:18 to go. 28-21 is your score. Bullitt Central now have it 2nd, about 14.
So in terms of the old Chuck Hunt player of the game.
Tell you what, man. I mean, you're the one who usually makes those calls.
Tell you what, Mason Agee had a whale of a game.
He really did.
But I think you got to give it to our man Cam Peake.
He had a heck of a football game.
Sure
That's going to be a throw over the middle to Tomes. Actually, no, that is
he's in.
That is incorrect. That is going to be number 33. Where did it go? There it is. That's Ryland Morris. Goes in for a touchdown.
Scott, I really like this quarterback from Bullitt
Yeah,
Central.
he's good.
Really nice player. I mean, he's a really nice high school quarterback, this A.J. Lee kid. And he's only a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore,
yeah. A really nice player.
In to attempt the extra point for the Cougars is Trip O'Brien. Good snap, good hold, and good kick. And with that, 1:12 to go here in the 4th quarter, we'll take a break. Your Evergreen scoreboard reads Bullitt Central 35, Garrett County 21. This is Goal Line Sports Network on the Countryside BP Studios.
I'm Blake Mason, Farmers National Bank. As your lifetime bank, we have a proud history of supporting our local schools and student athletes. Have a wonderful school year and all the best to local teams. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank, member FDIC.
Hello, this is Laura from the Garrett County Public Library. Did you know you can download free audiobooks, ebooks, movies, music, and magazines with your library card? Check out our website and click on the Downloadables tab for more information. Need help? Call us at 859-792-3424 or visit us on the square in Lancaster.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stewart Powell, and I would like to invite you in to see how we became the #1 growth dealer for Mazda in the Midwest and #6 in the entire nation. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. This is how car buying should be. No pressure, no gimmicks, no hidden fees, and no fast talk. So stop by and experience for yourself at 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stewartpowell.com.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here, HR Manager with Essity. It's game time, and at Essity, we support our local high school teams. If you're cheering from Titletown for Danville, Boyle County, or DCA, or in Harrodsburg rooting for the Titans or the Bulldogs, or supporting those Golden Lions of GC in Lancaster, remember that Essity is on your team. 70% of our employees reside in these fine communities, and we are your biggest fans. That's Essity, ESSITY.com.
I feel like if both teams play well, we win by double digits.
I've told Campbell Jake that I think there's 2 swing games on the UK schedule.
Yeah.
And I really feel like that it's South Carolina and Florida.
We
you
win
beat
Florida.
South Carolina and Florida.
I think it's good it's at home.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big deal that it's at home.
I agree.
Yep.
Gary County with Parsons under center, 1:12 to go. Going to hand this out to Cooper Witt as Cooper is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. 1 minute to go. No, I think it's a big game for the Golden Lions, or excuse me, for the Kentucky Wildcats. And again, I hate that it's such a big game that early in the year. But again, tomorrow, folks, if you can get out and go to support the Rural County Tobacco Festival, as Leonard Harrison and crew has done a great job getting everything going. The parade will start at 12. If you can't get out there, tune in. We're going to have all festivities here on Main Street Media and bring them to you straight from the Garrett County, the old courthouse. This is going to be a handoff to the right side as that's Cam Peak, as he's going to bounce it outside for a gain of a couple, maybe 3.
I think it's going to be the ball game, folks.
It's 20 seconds to go. I have about heard enough of this guy, this announcer tonight, folks. It's a little
much.
A little much.
I guess if it was we were winning, it wouldn't be so
different.
Yeah,
it's always different when you're winning.
They should always keep us in mind.
Yeah.
We'll take our last break of the night, folks, as we'll run our commercials. But player of the game, Cam Peak.
Chuck Hunt, player of the game.
Chuck Hunt, player of the game, did a really nice job tonight. I thought our guys played really well early and got a little tired second half. Things didn't go our way, but got to regroup back home next week. Got Somerset Briar Jumpers and the Bunnies coming in to Garrett County next week. And Coach Gresham, got any last words?
My mama told me if I don't have anything nice to say, not to say anything at all. So
Yep, I said we call it a night, boys.
That's pretty good.
Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Jeff Jacobs, Dr. Caleb Gresham, this is Scott O'Scott saying God bless America, and let's go Garrett County.
There are no less than 50.
Garrett County Golden Lions football is on Z105, WRNZ FM, and HometownLive.net. Today's Golden Lions football action is brought to you by Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers, Farmers National Bank, Garrett County Health Department, Garrett Automotive Parts City, Cornerstone Realty and Auction, First Southern National Bank, Stewart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda, Sutton Pharmacy, Essity, Bob Allen Motor Mall, Garrett County UK Extension Office, Durham's Grocery, Big Deals Online Store, Inter-County Energy Cooperative, Garrett County Public Library, Farmers National Bank, Lee's Famous Recipe. Today's game is heard around the world on HometownLive.net, powered by KentuckyWiMAX.com. Golden Lions football is on Z105, WRNZ FM, and HometownLive.net.
Your home for the hits and the cats. Z105, WRNZ, Lancaster, Danville.
It's 9:56.
And now, the weather forecast on Z105.
Brought to you by Mulch to Go. They've got you covered. Mulch, landscape rock, sand, compost, topsoil, pine straw, wheat straw, and much more. Available in bulk and bag. Mulch to Go in Harrodsburg on Beaumont Avenue. Call them at their new number, 859-715-7575.
We got a chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight. Mostly cloudy with a low of 53. Sunny tomorrow, high of 72, wind gust to 20. Saturday night, clear, low of 43. Sunny on Sunday, high of 74. Clear Sunday night and a low of 45. On Monday, it's going to be sunny and a high of 81.
It's 85 degrees.
Broadcasting all over the bluegrass. This is WRNZ.